event and hit home why they feel Xbox Series X is going to be the best place to play your games. And they didn't just bring up the things that the PS5 might be missing, they also talked about games that were shown on Sony's own stage. They talked about how those games will be on the Xbox and will run better. This isn't some random Xbox employee talking either. It's high-level executives showing the public what exactly they're trying to aim for, but also highlighting a lot of the missteps the PlayStation 5 could potentially have. This is a true response to the next generation PlayStation 5 by the main competition in Xbox. And to be honest, I love the response they had because it shows a confidence we've never seen before in Xbox. And it's something I brought up multiple times in other videos and podcasts. But I always felt they wouldn't continue this or would slow down a little bit as Sony showed more of their games and features. Well, I was wrong because so far they haven't kept quiet and they are...
They say fear is just a state of mind. A locked door that traps you inside it. But once you find the key to your terror, fear will no longer exist. What a bunch of bullshit.
Doesn't look that West of Dead. What is this?
They say there ain't no such thing as a good death. Depends on which side of the gun you're on and what you're fighting for.
Nope. That's why I don't fuck with Xbox, yo. They're trying to highlight these games, and both of those games look weak as fuck, yo. What does Xbox think, man? 1 hour ago, Xbox reveals what? I mean...
Nothing stays hidden from me. Nothing. This was here.
I think that narrative has changed and Xbox feels far more confident in what they're doing. Yet coming at Sony because they have the power narrative is great and it's awesome to see from competing companies. There's still one thing I saw from Xbox that truly set themselves apart from Sony, which is the back compat announcement and the lack of back compat talk from Sony themselves. I say that because most of the games that were shown at the PlayStation show were PS5 games and not PS4 games, including what is most likely
What the fuck is this bullshit, yo? Bright Memory Infinity.
Hello and welcome to the first look at Xbox Series X gameplay being broadcast from our homes to yours. My name is Damon, and I have the pleasure of teaming up with our own Sarah Bond to bring you
We have prevailed. Thanks to her. Let her ascension serve as proof of our righteousness. It is in her honor that we strive for Chorus.
I'm scared of what it means. I feel the call of something deep within. Whisper.
I don't know. I thought that there would be a possibility that I may get the Xbox as well. But yo, this is wild, yo. If you go to YouTube and go to gaming, well, yeah, I went to trending and then I went to gaming, and like everything is Fortnite and Minecraft. What the fuck is? Why is Fortnite such a force like it is? What the? I ranked every Fortnite weapon. There's a lot of free games, and there was free games before Fortnite, and there's tons of free games that are better than Fortnite. What I just don't get the mass appeal and the staying power. Like this game has been the most popular free online game for like years now, for like 2 or 3 years. Like nothing outranks Fortnite. Like I don't get it. I really don't get that shit. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to listen to. I'm so tired of listening to like everything actually. Like these are some of those moments where I just rather fucking sit in silence or read a book or some shit. I don't really want to hear shit.
Install honey on the laptops on the table. Where's it's Now you might be wondering why he's installing honey. It's because honey's dope.
So I need help with this guy. Dead.
I got pissed, yo. I might go take a piss.
Just save
I no joke, might go take a piss. Hold on.
Are we going? We're going? Are we risking it?
Both of you are going now, one at a time.
Well, they have to go at least. They're standing there. They'll be looking at another team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, Tyler. I'll be back.
They're flying over you. They're leaving. No!
Contact.
Did they both leave?
No, they're both gone. They're both gone.
Wait, we can't shoot. We can't shoot.
There's a guy top left of that building, right mark. The orange mark. Dude, there's a guy just crouched here.
Yeah, I'm in front of you. I'm back. Yo! Tyler Danny!
Tyler Durden.
Well, they're here on you. They're all over you. They're all over you guys. Yeah, on top of the blowout building.
No way!
Yeah!
Bro, as soon as you guys left.
They ran into my building of all people. That's for me.
I got him. Yeah, I got him.
Damn, bro. Are we ready to go back?
Okay. So I got a message a little while ago. I got a message from a guy. His name is Chris Baninsky. Yeah. Hey Travis, my name is Chris, and I am the new co-host on PA Live that airs on WBRE. We are beginning a new community artist series on the show and would love for you to be the inaugural person we feature. I am looking to shoot stuff with you this week. If you're interested, shoot me a text message or message me on here so we can continue the conversation. Thanks. So, out of the blue, like, this news anchor, I don't know how he heard about my art or whatever it is, but he wanted to do a interview with me. So tomorrow morning, I'll be on the news, yo, which is pretty fucking cool. This is like the third or fourth time in the past couple years that I've been on the news. Yo, you just missed the John I read. Oh man, I got a message from a news anchor who wants to interview me tomorrow about my art. So it's that weird thing, like when it comes to art, like for real, like there's a lot of good artists in the area, but like as far as like being on the art scene and doing shit, yo, I'll be the only black dude, yo. Going to all the major art events or at any gallery or all that shit, yo, I'd be the only motherfucker there. As an artist, I'd be like the only black dude showing art, yo. And so, in that aspect, it makes me a big fish in a small pond. And so, every year, like Black History Month, they always trying to find like influential black people in the community. I'm like the go-to guy now. And now like all this Black Lives Matter and stuff. So they're trying to find like, oh, we need some black person in the community who's positive and doing something good. Get him. And so now like a lot of the time I just get these calls out of nowhere just to be like that guy, which is cool though. I try to portray a very, very positive, productive image. I try to create as much influential art as I possibly can, and I don't really pretend with it. I try to be myself with my art, yo. And people like it or people won't like that shit. You know, either it's gonna be one of the two. Either you're gonna like my shit or you're not. And that's anything in this world, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. And so just by me just trying to paint what I want to paint. And then like he asked this weird question. He was like, do you have any art that's reflective of the times like the protest or quarantines or anything, and I'm like, dude, I don't really try to keep up with trends in my art. I don't want to like something happens in the news and I feel like I have to respond to this immediately right now and produce this art and show everybody how I feel about this particular situation at this very moment. I've never done that. For one, I feel like my art takes so long to produce that my art takes a long time to create and people have a very short attention span. So most of the time, most trends or most things that pop up in the news, when artists try to implement that shit in their art, they're gonna slap some shit together real fast, and then for me it takes a month or so, and then by that time people are like, oh, that's old news, that was yester week or whatever, and it's just like when celebrities die, when Michael Jackson died, when Prince died, when Kobe Bryant died, it's just like when George Floyd died. Now there's a thousand fucking images and paintings and murals and all of this shit of this one dude, like, and everybody only has like the two main images, and everybody's just using those to paint his face now. Like, I don't like doing shit like that. That's not original. That's not. I'm not. I don't want to paint the same thing that a thousand other motherfuckers just did. I don't want my art to consist of the same messages that a thousand other people are trying to say the same thing at the same time. It's like, I get it though. I get it, and I know a couple of artists who are really good at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some major event happens in society, and they can implement that shit in their art like within the week. And it's like, damn. But me, it's just like, man, I'm gonna paint what I want to paint. I've been wanting to paint this subject matter. Now that this major event has happened in the world, I'm not gonna change the subject matter that I still wanted to paint just to focus on some other stuff. And I may be interested in it. It may affect me deeply on a personal level, emotional level, or whatever. And it may one day get incorporated into my art in some aspect. But once again, I just don't feel like it's necessary for me to reflect exactly what is going on at this very moment. And the one of the more recent pieces that I finished, it does have, I wrote COVID-19 on there. And just so in 50 years, 60 years, you can almost date that piece just by it having that phrase written on there. And it does show, like, what's going on. And it even shows a general time period of what's going on, because before it was called the Wuhan coronavirus for weeks and weeks and weeks before they put this name to it. And it was the Wuhan virus or the Wuhan coronavirus for a while. And then they were like, well, the Wuhan virus we're now calling COVID-19. And so you can kind of narrow down the time frame when the wording of it changed, when the naming of it changed. And so I put that in that piece to show, like, yeah, this shit is going on right now. And so small things like that, am I going to draw like a hospital scene with people dying and viruses floating in the air? I'm not trying to get all that deep with that shit, yo. I ain't got but so much time to create some art that I feel will be valid, So let me just keep on doing what I think is best. I'm not ignoring the world and the issues that are in the world, and they will get implemented in my art or incorporated into my art, but it'll happen on the time frame where I see fit, or if I see fit at all.
Damn. You can't come out or Ant? Andre?
Right now. If you go to that, free aiming. Going back to the middle. Now right.
Let's go.
No, box one shot.
I'll get it.
How much do we get to win this? A lot. I don't know. Probably 500.
Hold on, I'll be like honest.
And a chopper above us. What? He board us from the air? What?
Wait, Damon died by somebody in a helicopter throwing a C4 at him.
Wait, Rick, did you see that clip they put in the chat? Oh my.
What?
Bro, Rick C4'd out of the heli and killed them.
What?
Oh my god, that is insane. Wow.
That actually just happened.
That's gonna stink for a while.
That could have just, that probably just really killed them. Oh my.
What?
Wait, Damon died by somebody in a helicopter?
What? And a chopper above us? What? He C4'd us from the air? What?
Wait, Damon died by somebody in a helicopter throwing a C4 at him.
Wait, Rick, did you see that clip they put in the chat?
How precise and accurate do you have to drop that C4? Now the helicopter is moving, the vehicle is moving, the C4 is going to be moving in air. Like the physics in the game is pretty good. So yeah, this motherfucker is in a moving chopper above a moving vehicle, and he drops a C4 and that shit lands smack on the vehicle and blow their ass up, yo. Damn, that's some crazy shit. That's some fucking gangster. How in the hell this motherfucker dropped C4 from a helicopter and hit his target? I don't get it. Alright, we got Juneteenth coming up this Friday. I'm gonna have a busy ass week, yo. I gotta make sure I eat good meals and get enough rest, because I'm gonna be ripping and running this week. Just did a photo shoot when that was Sunday? Saturday? I forgot what day I did the photo shoot. But I modeled for my homeboy one day this weekend. I think Saturday. And then I got a message today. The local news station wanted to interview me tomorrow. And then one day this week I gotta go by our recording studio and do some voiceovers for my own TV show. And then Friday we got our Juneteenth event. And then this weekend my girl coming to stay with me. It's like busy. But that was pretty dope, like, just out the blue. And I've been saying this for a while, too, like, for the past 2 years. Yeah, the past 2 years, anything that I do pertaining to art, like, I get invited to do it, or I ask to do it, or someone asks me to showcase my art. Like, I haven't had to look for a venue or look for events or anything. Like, this shit just constantly keeps coming to me, yo. Like, this news interview, dude reached out to me first and was like, yo, I want to interview for our new artist segment on the news. And they was like, I want you to be the first person who interviewed for this. And I'm like, cool, that's what's up, yeah. And so once again, I just feel grateful. I feel fortunate. But at the same time, it goes back to the Princess 4 P's, man. I got to get these t-shirts made up, yo, for these P's. Passion, patience, practice, and persistence. All you gotta do is keep at it, no matter what. If you enjoy that shit and you want to make something out of that shit, yo, just keep at that motherfucker, yo. Keep at it and keep at it, no matter what nobody says. Don't let people discourage you. Don't let people sidetrack you, and don't let people diminish your dreams or none of that shit, yo. If you got a goal, whatever it take, it don't matter. Whatever that shit take. So, it took me a long time to figure that shit out. Because I just like to fuck off and I'm pretty lazy. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind sitting around and drinking beers, playing video games. But at the same time, I know that shit ain't gonna get me nowhere. That shit fun and chill. But it ain't gonna get me where I wanna be. So I dedicate a lot of my time to this art shit. And over the years, it's after putting in 10 years of dedication, you know, the last 2 years are actually starting to like move me a little bit closer to where it's just a next step forward. Cause I ain't nowhere near where I want to be, but these baby steps getting close. Yo, the 4 P's. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use them P's, man. Yeah. Now to the point where I really have to like keep a calendar and an agenda and all that shit. I be having so much shit going on. That's good though. That is so good.
Oh my! What? Bro,
What?
Rick C. Ford out of the heli and killed them.
What?
Oh my god, that is insane. Wow.
That actually just happened. That's gonna stink for a while.
That could have just.
That's gonna sting for a while.
That probably just ruined everything.
So yeah, for a long time I've been watching other people stream. I don't normally watch streams like mine. People just don't do shit. Like in the early days of streaming, man, there were so many artists
So
and
you shower with?
Dr. Squatch.
You
That shit is good too. I got some Dr. Squatch. But back in the early days of streaming, I told y'all about that too. That Vice magazine online interviewed me for my YouTube stream back in the day. But anyway, like people used to do shit, but now like most streamers who just stream from home like this, motherfucker don't be doing shit, man. I be wanting to watch some, I don't know. But now I just watch a lot of motherfuckers play games, yo. I be watching the ass of people play Call of Duty all the time, yo. But that shit, motherfuckers got C4 from a helicopter. Goddamn. I still can't get over this, yo. My cousin makes body products and hygiene products, yo. She made this lip balm or chapstick. This shit is called London Fog. Man, I don't know what the hell. This shit like straight cocoa shea butter. Like, that shit feels so good. Yo, y'all gotta get some of this. Her Etsy page is called The Herbalist Assistant. She make all kind of shit, yo. I got some of her soap. And she got this face, it's a face scrub, but it's oil. And I'm like, I thought face scrub is supposed to get the oil off your face and out your pores. So why is I'm putting more oil in my pores? But then I thought about it too. Some oils have different densities and consistencies because I paint with oil paints. But I clean my brushes with baby oil. and it's 2 oils, but the one oil dilutes the other one. I don't know the science behind that shit. Is it the polymers, or does it have a bipolar peptide bond or something like that? I'm not sure how the oil on oil thing work. But I use her oil face wash 2 days in a row, and my shit feeling like, I ain't gonna lie, yo, that shit feel like extra smooth or some shit. It might be like a placebo effect. Like I'm noticing shit too soon. But I'm gonna use that shit for like a month and see if I can tell the difference in a month. Cause I'm down there for it and I still get acne. I don't think my sugar intake is that high. My stress levels aren't that high. I just got bad fucking skin, yo. I just come to live with that shit and deal with it. Like, I just got bad skin. I'll never get rid of fucking acne. So, I do try shit to fucking help my skin out a little bit. My cousin, she might be onto the secret magic potion, yo. If I use that shit for a month and that shit work, and be like, cuz-oh, hook me up with a year's supply of this magic juice. I needs that. My face glowing. Especially when people ask me to model for them. I'm like, me? A model? Been waiting my whole life for this. Finally.
The Ridge wallet for real is my type of wallet. Once you get used to a wallet like this, the old like folding leather normal wallets.
It's weird seeing other black guys who talk like me. I'm like, dude, you sound like me a little bit. Stop it. Stop it, bro.
Attach Octane, Asim, Ricky, mate.
Luca. Give me Luca. Give me.
Will truly rule the day. Well, here we go, Momo. The first look at the circle, and wow, there is not a whole lot of rugged Verdansk countryside in that opening circle with looking.
Go ahead and work on this quick mission.
In there. Oh, we managed to dodge a little bit of downtown thankful, but this is going to be hot.
Say goodbye to your local farm. Say goodbye to Quarry, Millie Base. We ain't going there. Well, we could be, as the Big 15 box, all these players dropping in or even staying in the plane. You see a couple of them still lingering. I mean, it's going to be easy, but first player we're jumping on board with is going to be none other than Kismet.
Yeah, Kismet, not wasting any time. You think of how important every single tag is, every single piece of information. I mean, every player in this lobby is dangerous, and Kismet already getting things off to a nice start. Early shots, it's something we've seen a lot of. A nice break there onto this player he's chasing. It looks like a member of the Seattle Surge. Who's it going to be? Where are they going to be going? They're inside the back of this truck now. There's the tags. It's going to be done. Oh no, it's a seam actually who goes down there. So Ross get that one terribly, terribly wrong. But here we go, on board with RCs now as he continues the hunt. And wow, it's a hot drop again.
Yeah, Prestini just beat someone down there with a finish, and Arcees looks like he's got one as well, but Prestini going down, the beat down from, I thought it was Minnesota Rocker Squad. It is Assault and Alex. They go into the Gulag, and I tell you what, Arcees, the hero this time around with Prestini.
He had no HP whatsoever. Priester now. Can't quite tell if he's surrounded by players yet, but it looks like, oh boy, here we go. Someone's on him now. Big beat down. Nice bit of work there. He brings down Octane. He manages to get the wipe as well. A lovely bit of work early on, but Priester traded out immediately again. Goes to the Gulag now. He will have to be brought back from his teammates if he loses that one in a moment, but there we go. On now with Ricky. Merc's pick.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of these players are getting in the action early on. Over just on the other side of the airfield here, you see Ricky picking up Slacked. He's going to do the medic role, as he's going to actually get taken down as well. He just cracked one of the armors of the opposition, but Slacked is going to clean him up, down him, and finish him off. That's actually going to be a touch. But there's a chopper on top of him, Miles.
So this is a nice drop to be had. This little area just to the south of the military base. Again, they're trying to play the circle at this point in time. So Team Ricky doing what they can to stay alive. And oh, here we go, Phil. Our first Gulag, Priester versus Asim. And they've both got Orgs.
Yeah, number one pick versus one of the captains here, but goes through, and Priester actually goes down there. Number one draft pick. He's going to have to be brought back by his teammates.
Priester loses another Gulag on Warzone weekends. Another.
That's it.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, Team Attach. Favorite for two of our commentators here in the league, of course, Maven and Ben, think this is going to be a squad to watch. Let's see how they go. They managed to win some of their engagements, but they're not quite safe yet. The chopper play could be the one to get themselves out of there. Lucas smart to put himself on the other side of the helicopter there, just to keep himself protected from that incoming fire, as Pilot Aqua is going to try to get him out of this situation.
And of course, vehicles so important, choppers more than any, especially with what looks like the strategy to be picking up these recons and scavengers. They're probably working towards their loadouts. But his Team Rambo, of course, Priester has been now bought back. That's going to be 4,500 big ones, though, taken out of the budget of Team Rambo. As they're tagging up a couple of players, Priester will be looking to drop down and help out.
Yeah, you've got to think of the economy of these teams. You have to make a sizable amount of cash as a 10,000, of course, to get themselves a loadout. Again, getting your loadouts on a map like this is essential. In a game like this, rather. Looney, he's actually managed to already get his. So the squad, Looney's team already loaded now. They have their gear. They're ready to rock and roll. This is a dangerous-looking squad moving through now outside of Superstore. As they prowl their way towards a few more kills, maybe, and again. But as far as the overall drop goes, it looks like most teams landed within circle. A team that didn't, Team Celium, hitting the recons early on, though, Phil.
I actually really like the strategy. I think if I was to kind of go for some form of strategy, it would certainly be the recons, but also maybe finding a chopper outside of the circle, getting those recons outside of the circle, staying away from the gunfights, and it looks like that's what Celium and the boys are doing here.
Yeah, no kills.
Back on board. We've got the Team Sensor, accompanied, of course, by Happy, Chino, and Kenny, who's just found a recon.
Yeah, looks like they're doing the same sort of thing. Landing outside the circle, getting themselves as much money as possible. They have their loadouts also. Same with Team Celium. So, very, very different start for a few of these teams. Playing it safe. A team that doesn't look to be playing it too safe right now. Team Skies, Simp on your screen. Again, vehicle control paramount here in Warzone. Being able to traverse the map very, very quickly. A little dangerous as well. I mean, I wonder if any of these squads, we're seeing a lot of knives, or I wonder if we're going to be seeing a lot of rocket launchers or any of the launchers there to take care of those vehicles, because we've seen how dangerous helicopters can be. Of course, vehicles have received a few nerfs over the Warzone life cycle, Momo, but, you know, being able to identify and deal with those vehicle threats is going to be paramount for these teams.
Well, talking of identifying, this is my squad here. This is one I picked, Team Clayster. Wuskin's actually in a recon drone here, tagging up players as Silly takes him down. Clayster's trying to take out the chopper. I think Brack's going to help him out as well here, but just interesting positioning just on the west side of the boneyard here. Looks like Aqua's in a bit of trouble in the chopper.
Time to bail. Time to get out. What is this? What is this? Why does he not leave the chopper, Aqua? He was the one driving. He screamed bail first.
I'm dead, bro.
He's so dead. Why did he
He's
get
not
out?
out. He can still be revived, but he's in the middle of the train tracks.
Glitch. It wouldn't let me hop up.
Oh, they're all still alive. Aqua's back up and running, but Miles.
It's a miracle. That is a miracle. That no one got cleaned up then. They were taking heavy tags from Clayster's team, and they somehow stay alive.
Alright, Team Mayhem. Oh, they've spotted someone on the loadout here of Superstore. Headshot comes in, and that's going to be one down. Up top is going to be CleanX, and he's going to be cleaning up here. The Grau, of course, laser-like from CleanX, and that's going to be a kill for the squad.
Yeah, we'd love to see that again. CleanX had some highlight plays in the first Warzone weekend. Looking to try to repeat that lovely performance he had the first time round. On board now with what we can basically call the London Royal Ravens. Team Scraps. High ground position here outside of Boneyard. Again, they have their loadouts. Big tags. Takes care of Apathy there, I believe. So Scraps gets himself a kill. Now he's in the gulag. And Looney's not too happy about the M13. How's this fight going to go? They both check the opposite corners to them. And now the slow dance of death, these two players just try to feel each other out. Who's going to peek first? There goes the utility from both sides. The stun connects. Apathy's going to be going in for the kill. There's a molly out as well. Now the flag is out in field. There's the shots through. Looney's trying to stay alive. Apathy's going to go down. He went for the flag. Looney. He's coming out. He's going back to Verdansk.
I thought for a second with a stun connecting for Apathy, I thought he was going to charge him, but he opts to get the map control if the Gulag can be a map, and went for a secure. Didn't work out for Brim. And it looks like it's the recon hunt here over with Team Ricky. They've got themselves a chopper. And I feel like this is almost a very
I think we just played these hills.
structured play. Helicopter, recons.
Yep. Dude, it's a smart play to make. There's a reason why he's one of your Game Fuel featured players. Again, for Ricky, this is tried and tested. You know you need information on these players, and wow, look at his position from Lakesfield. C4 from this high up. Nice throw, we like that, but... Whoa! What's that throw? Look at this kill cam! Dude, and Octane's face says it the best. He just threw a C4 from a chopper. I've literally not seen that in Warzone yet. What a throw that was. He took out an entire team. Lace.
I don't even know. They were like close over here somewhere.
Oh, I cannot believe I've just seen that.
He doesn't even know where he killed them. Oh, what a 4 kills that was. Lacefield with the C4. Oh my goodness. Over to Kismet squad. Hasn't found any kills actually since the start, Phil. So it could be a little quiet. Oh boy, but now we're on the hunt. Again, an interesting team. Opting to grab his championship caliber teammate Dens here, of course, the reigning champs in Warzone weekend. And ooh, they're picking up, hoping to find one more on the drop here.
We'll say that Paris Leaching skin is looking very beautiful. Might have to cop, not gonna lie, but the loadout's been acquired. And talking to skins, we've got Envoy of the Huntsman trying to take down these players, and one is going to be stripped of his title. Who is that? I can't quite see it, but someone's dead.
Great shots. It was Apathy again. So Apathy, oh man, just taking out.
Back to the gulag.
Back to the gulag. Hopefully his team's got a bit of cash to get back into this one. But as you can see, close range engagements here, big tags going through. It's going to be Envoy finding the kill. It's going to be Aqua. So he may have survived the encounter with the chopper, but he couldn't survive the fight with Envoy. Nice shots again. Envoy will live to fight another day, battling over the loadout here.
We'll say, Envoy there really just had his shots on point. However, into the gulag, it's Damon Barlow, the 3 times.
He's got one teammate remaining in Lucky as well, so it's just on Karma and Lucky right now. Karma needs to win this big 1v1 against Brack. Nice done over the top, it's going to connect. Brack goes with his shots, and that's it. Karma's down and out. It all comes down to Lucky.
My goodness, I will say as well, it looked like Brack was on his own. He had to win that gulag, otherwise he would have been out. Over with Asim, one of our captains here, has got himself a standard LMG, and he's taking his anger out on the chopper, it seems. It's going to come to no avail, but Assault and Zuma are going to try and jump on that one as well. But Asim came back from the gulag, let's not forget that. He took down Priester, and he's going to go down again. Oh, his health is low. Assault is on the floor as well. Zuma might have just found one onto a BZ, but no ammo as he calls it out himself. I think all 3 players there on your screens are down, and Alex is the last alive.
Oh boy. It's over now to Team Looney. Trying to continue those kills. They just cleaned up a couple of Team Zuma, but they're still on the hunt now for Alex. Pick on the shots through. Looney goes down. And Vivid trying to find some help here in the squad. And again, loaded up. Everyone's got their... Actually, this is not a loadout. I was going to say this is a very unusual MP7 here.
Seen him.
Hunts on C4, not so good. There's the tags, and that's going to be it. Alex is down, and I believe that is going to be the whole squad white.
Yeah, they did just pick up a lot of cash there, but 14 teams remain. Team Asim is out, and I believe that is the first team done and dusted, but we've got a BZ versus Clayster. All teammates reunited in the gulag. I love it.
He's the last player left on his team at the moment. I think everyone has a chance for the gulag, so Team Clayster now. Shot to come back. You know the comms now for these players. Oh, BZ's been tagged up quite heavily now. Clay trying to find the kill. Perfect stun. Clay's going to be on the flag. He may be able to slow this player down. Clay doesn't need to get it done with his gun. He's going to cap the flag, and a BZ.
Easy kill. Smoked a BZ in the gulag. I think he's pretty happy with that one. Back to the gulag though. Miles, as it's rated versus Lucky. P9 is in hand. These guys have got a stun and a proximity mine. Doesn't connect there for Lucky. Raid does have one in the back pocket.
You know the comms again. Lucky's going for it. Right through mid. P9, he's out. He somehow managed to win the kill, and there it is. Oh wow, I can't even pronounce that. I couldn't even try to pronounce the word respawn there in Spanish. I wish I'd given that a better go. But Lucky, he's still good now. Chance now to get loadout. Again, information coming through from his teammates. What do you do, Phil? They have a recon already on field, so they know what's coming up with the next circle, but you've got to be thinking, man, there's 50 players left in the lobby right now. He's the only one. Karma just lost his gulag, so now we're looking at Lucky completely flying this solo.
And I think at this point as well, it's winner takes all. The $10,000 to win this, you've got no weapons, nothing at all. You go for scavengers, you get some cash, you try and buy back your teammates. You've got to, initiate something, but it is all up to Lucky. The poor guy's only got himself a pistol, but he's got his scavenger hunt. There's hope.
Oh,
okay.
The hope.
Maybe there's not hope.
There is no hope. It was Priester. It was Priester, and my team Rambo cut him out the air. They must have seen him flying in, and that's it. 14th place. That's 13 teams remaining. Team Octane and Team Asim are done. The circle gets ever closer. On board now with Team Cellium and Team Arcetes, who are on the furthest extremes of the map right now.
Coming on board with Maniac. He's, of course, partnered up with Arcetes, Tupac, and Pristini. He's got some growl shots in him, and Arcetes is going to down one as well. A late Semtex, a second Semtex from the grave, from the ground, it felt like there, as a self-revive is going to be popped by Arcetes. He's in a pretty safe position, but this is a big battle here, Miles.
That was great. We'll take that. We'll take that Semtex, man. Tupac, shots through fence. Not able to connect too much, but he knows they're there. Big C4 up over the top. Here's the second, heavily tagged. He's going to get 3 down. 3 down with a single C4, and here comes the cleanup. Tupac with the broom out. He's going to go down. They complete their bounty. That's a ton of cash for the squad, and he's going to be able to net the self-revive. There's one player left remaining on this team, though. Tupac, can he go for the full squad wipe? Can he take care of everyone? Maniac goes down on the back end as well. Plates up, Pack, find that 1v1. Listen to your teammates. And here it comes! The shots are there, and it's going to be the kill. Tupac takes care of the whole squad.
And that puts him on 5. He's going to be one of the highest slayers over here. It's Arcetes versus Shotzi in the Gulag, though. And the Scar is an unforgiving weapon.
Arcetes in. Shotzi with a movement, though. He's going to slip in and out of the Gulag. Oh, but Arcetes does not drop the soap. He wins that one in the showers. Whew. Again, we're running out of players. Luca is the last team now. Is the last player remaining on Team Attach. Up against Cellium to stay in the war zone.
Again, the Scar. Free fire comes through from Luca. He's only got 15 bullets left, and he's going to be deleted by Cellium. Great shots there, as it looks like Luca was the last one remaining. They are out of the game, I believe, there. And Luca, the reigning champ, done and dusted.
Well, there you go. Interesting picks. It is done. Team Skies now. Snipes at the ready. He was with Skies and Frosty running Snipes. Pair of HDRs, actually one HDR, one AX50. Personally prefer the HDR feel. It's been interesting taking note of the classes everyone's been running. Not as many MP7s as we have been seeing in Warzone. The rise of the MP5. Of course, the Growl is staple for pretty much every squad. M4 is still getting a lot of love, though.
I shoot the M4.
Slasher squad.
So everybody using the MP5? No? I got to try that gun then. I need the MP5 loadout.
Yep, just double check.
That's what the professionals like that shit with.
They've been playing it slow and steady, but sometimes when there's a
I just now made a fucking sniper loadout because I do not be sniping. But they got the big rank, the big map, Team Deathmatch on there now. On some of those maps, you gotta have a sniper rifle because you can't hardly move without picking people off into position.
Eventually going to be closing in over the boneyard.
You got to think how effective everyone's trying to be with these contracts as well. I mean, we're seeing plenty of recons. We're seeing plenty of bounties come through. Now we're seeing another recon here for Team Looting. Numbers starting to dwindle somewhat. 42 players remaining in the lobby. And that circle is starting to get closer. You heard Looney just say it there. We are out in the open.
The open.
Recon's going to provide them a lot of information, but tough circle to be in. And once again, back to Team Scraps, who have had this high ground just on the outside of Boneyard for pretty much the whole game, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, their strategy seemed to, get a couple of recons and then really kind of take control of the hills. They had snipers in in Scraps, I believe.
The other twin, yeah.
But you're watching Dylan and Joe on your screen. Dylan rocking that Growl, of course.
It's not a bad spot to be in. Also have a great defilade cover, but they do have to be somewhat concerned about the likes of everyone else around them. And here we go, Team Ricky. They've got eyes on Team Quavo. There's the shots. Quavo now, they're taking some heavy ground fire. What are they going to do? Captain Chino trying to lead the boys out of danger, but Slack's actually going to get a kill onto Happy. So there's another one. The vehicle's disabled. They've got to bail out now. They're going to be dropping right into the sort of the sides there of Boneyard. That's not going to be a good place to be. That's going to be 2 now in the Gulag. Chino's gone down. Quavo's gone down. The whole team cleaned up. And that's the entire squad in the Gulag together.
Yeah, I mean, they can regroup, rethink, have a strategy call in one of those prison cells, maybe. But it's not looking good. And I tell you what, that's what we talked about with Ricky. Did you see or hear the command of kind of all being that chopper together? They had a chopper themselves. It's just an experienced BR player, and, you know, he loves it. He thrives off of it and doing very, very well. Sky's trying to hit some shots, though.
This is what we expect to see. Parked helicopter outside. The nice little house they've got going on there, and here we go. A slight exchange of cash from the boys of Team Rambo. Ken Priest, our Game Fuel featured player, 2 kills to his name. We saw a nice early start from him with 1 off the rip, and now we're going to be seeing some last-minute purchases before the gas will clean up that vendor station. And here we go, our first Astro listen-in of this Warzone weekend. Time to shush.
Should one person just go buy a munitions box? Literally one of us?
Dude, we're literally...
We're set, bro. We should... Someone should do it. Who wants to...
I could risk it. Come on. I'm dropping cash.
Just buy whatever you need here.
Give me your money too.
Buy a munitions box, Rick. It's 5K, and then buy a UAV.
Good luck, Rick.
Goodbye, Ricky.
I'm sending him into war, bro. I'll put a C4 on the chopper.
I still have an armor box. Getting the munitions box is huge.
I'm getting shot at 1 second. No way. This is gonna be such a risky call, boys. I just need.
There's a buy station right here in the middle, brother.
There's a buy up here too.
Wait, I thought you were going to the one close.
I say you go to that one, dude. Which one? The one that I marked, like far as hell.
Wait, Rick, why don't you just go to this one close? I don't think there's a team now.
I think I'm good.
Who do we just kill, by the way?
Sensor. What am I buying?
Munitions box, yes.
And you can buy.
And then buy UAV and just
I couldn't buy one. Just come straight back, bro.
Hey, did you buy plates?
Yes.
You're an idiot.
I need plates, bro.
There's literally plates everywhere over here. I have a plate box.
Oh my god.
I told you to buy a UAV. This guy just blacked out on me.
Chill out, bro. I'm happy. Like, chopper.
Come on. We're good, Rick. We're going to win.
Wait, do we get ammo as well or no?
Yeah, he got an ammo box. It's huge. Okay. Should we wait a little bit to, like, use it, or should we use it right this minute?
The chopper might blow up. It's, like, low as I'm leaving the chopper right here since.
Bro, we make it perfectly. If we get a safe zone, we're camping in this bunker. I don't care what any of you say.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I love the play, Phil. I have absolutely nothing wrong with that play. You send Ricky out for supplies in the chopper, he somehow finds a vendor with no one there, and he comes back with the goods. And plates.
I liked it. My favourite bit was Shocks. He was like, it's like I'm sending you off for war. Goodbye, Ricky. he was ready to say goodbye forever, it felt like, but it was worth the risk. Interesting that Ricky takes that responsibility, but back on board, we've got Prestini with the scope. I'm not sure. Seen one player, but if you look as well, their backs are against the line.
Wow, that was a nice shot though, dude. That was a tasty one, but you got to get the clean up. Doesn't have a kill streak to help get that done at range. Has a UAV to work with though. Might want to save that. You're right though, Phil. Backs against the line. Frosty's now going to try to repeat this one. Can he find anything? His teammate took the tag.
He downed someone. He's going to down another. Oh, he shot him twice, and Skies comes in. That's 3 bullets straight to the chest of Arstes.
Prestini now in the sniper from the small barn position down low. You've got these players out in the woods. Got to watch out for those scopes. That glint of the sniper rifle is going to give these positions away right now, and this is a tense situation to be in. Skies trying to peek back out, find maybe another kill. Prestini, his twin brother Arstes, is going to be taken care of by those snipes, and now Sim maneuvering just to try to find any more of these players on the push. There's the tags. Prestini, heavy hits. He's going to go for the snipe. Ooh, doesn't quite get the shot off, but that's going to be the down. Prestini in trouble.
When these guys go down as well, they are trying to thirst them. Means end their life instantly. Don't let them get back up. Don't let them go to the gulag. People are running low on funds at this very point here. As we go back on board with Team Scraps.
They've left their position in the high ground. move forward. And I think maybe, again, the situation you have there is you're in those positions, you're holding out for a long time. They don't have any ammo. They don't have enough sort of munitions. They don't have enough plates to survive. And they have to come down, get involved in these more close-range fights. That's what we've got here now. Dylan trying to gatekeep the circle right now. High ground position, great spot to be in. Good tags. Not able to quite get the kill, though. His teammates trying to find the angle now. That marketplace is looking like a kill box.
Go to the right. He's right here on the blue marker.
I'm still coming through from Dylan.
Here. Yeah, really smart. I think the reason they left, by the way, their post in the woods, they had to buy back 2 of their teammates, and they've successfully done that now. Scraps is just on his way back. The gas is going to hit this dude, and this dude is down, this dude is out, and this dude is happy. Not so happy, but you know what we mean.
Last player left alive for Team Sensor, Chino now. He's playing this one. He's playing this one real slow. Doesn't have much of a choice. His teammates have just been ripped up around him, and the hunt is on now. Dylan, heartbeat sensor is out. He's going to try to find him. Again, Chino. This is a tough situation to be in. They know exactly where he is. That's a full confirmation of where he is. He's going to be directly below them in the apartments. Chino has no idea that they have a heartbeat sensor. He's just got to hope for a lucky push through the window. Maybe he can catch 1 or 2 on the way out. Maybe they leave him alone if he thinks that there's no one here, but Dylan knows.
This is so interesting to me, because if I was Dylan, I would have thought he was in that house with him. He was that close on the heartbeat. He actually just maneuvering around, and here he is, climbing the ladders, the stairs, should I say.
He has to go as well. Chino, no gas mask. There's gas mask for at least Dylan. There's the shot. It's over. That's going to be it. Team Sensor have been eliminated. Chino in a near impossible situation. Whether it was the gas or whether it was the Ravens team, I should say Scraps, but they're out now. 11 remain.
Sensor's team is out. Team Selim and Team Mayhem over by the train station, though, getting close and personal. Oh, and in the stairwell as well. Look at this for a setup. One thing I will point out is just look at the ammo on Major Maniac. So low. I think he's got 17 bullets in his M4, but here it is, all steam ahead. They're trying to get that ammo right back.
Got to push out.
Chain's going to go very low.
There's a big tag. That was a snipe actually near Selim, so he's down again. Trying to take the rooftop here on train, so dangerous. Very wide open position. Shane will manage to get 1 and the cleanup. He gets Kleenex now with a snipe in hand. What's Shane able to find as the gas is going to force his boys through? But you're absolutely right, Momo. It's going to be the ammo they're after, the plates. They're going to be able to get something out of this, and Shane is so close to going down there. Manages to escape the gas. Selim, though, they will not be able to save. He's down and out. He's going to be trapped on the roof, and now with the gas pushing them into gunfire, it's not looking good for the squad.
They are done. They are done. Shane not too happy about dying to Sender, it sounds like. But we see another team drop out. That's going to be Team Selim. They don't make it out of the train station. They're heading to Boneyard, but Miles back to the Gulag.
Team RCT's Team Mayhem back to the Gulag. It's going to be Tupac going up against Kleenex. Tupac, Thug Lord is going to win the kill there with the M4 in hand. Lovely bit of work. Kleenex is going to be taken care of. Now he's going to try to rejoin his teammates. He's got Pristini and he's got Maniac now involved. In a slow drop. Dangerous position to be in again. Everyone can see the shoots. They know he's going to be hit coming down, and you best believe that everyone in this lobby is hitting those shots and the players coming down.
Absolutely, and again, this is just another awkward position for Pristini because he's got 3 bullets of a sniper. I think he's got about 25 in the growl. Maniac's going to have to go big. He's going to be double teamed there. Shot from the side as he goes down. Unfortunate situation, but right on the gas line. I think Pristini's going to let him go. Pristini's going to say goodbye. Oh, my.
Oh, he's got a tree between him and Team Scraps. Nice movement. Staying alive.
Dude.
Tries to go for something special, but when you've got that many growls lined up on you, I mean, Joe's got a P90 in the back pocket as well. And in case that wasn't enough, a precision airstrike. Team Scraps are going to get those kills. But big tags now from Joe. Not a safe place to be in again. This circle's getting tight. And it's going to be Team Kismet. Dens. He takes care of Joe. Eyes on another big tags. Could wait for his squad to come through now. Dens, the reigning champ. Here in Warzone Weekend is Kismet. He and his squad are going to clean these players up. Team Scraps are in trouble.
I tell you what, that's one way to die. I will say Team Scraps has been absolutely electrifying this game. Well, they've run into the Paris Legion / a few others, and we love to see these guys bunkered up into some tight corner. Rambo, or Team Rambo, should I say TJ, going up against Joe from Team Scraps.
This is it. TJ, you're my pick. Calm your dog down in the background, brother. We need focus. There's the stun. Scraps. Oh, sorry, Joe goes in for the kill, but he can't quite get it done. TJ, he's back out. The Gulag is now closed. Big moment there for everyone. Priester, he's going to be in the game still alongside Dashi and TJ. Rambo, they need to buy back. This is a good look here for Team Rambo. Able to get a load out, but not much longer. It's a bait from Wuskins, one of the most deadly snipers in the league. He finds another head. Can he catch another player now? Applying pressure as his teammate. Brack tries to just get to safety. Ooh, another head. And the tags are there from Wuskins. Going to get away with his life.
I don't know if he is. My goodness, everyone's taking damage. He's putting names down on the floor. Priester has got himself one. That's got to be Brack. A self-revive potentially come through, but the gas is going to take him, I think, no matter if he gets up or not. Look at that health just deplete so fast on the train tracks. It's going to be Vivid. Wuskin actually finds a double kill as well. I'm not sure if he made it out alive, but we do see Team Rambo finish in 10th after having the #1 pick. No! It doesn't work out for Team Rambo. Unlucky, Miles.
Very indeed. But here is a clip from earlier on in the day. Lacefield has just popped a C4 down on that chopper. That may come back. That may come back at a moment, but on board now with Clayster. He and Wuskin, last players left alive for his squad. Oh my god, the trap is set! Lace pulls the trigger on the C4 and Clay's down! That could not have gone any better for him. The trap was set, it worked out perfectly, and now Clay's in a world of hurt. And there goes the cleanup. Lacefield, what a mastermind play.
Mr. C4, I think his new nickname is for Lacefield. He's already taken down a whole squad with one, and now he's taken down Clayster.
Dude, whether he's on the ground with the C4, whether he's in the air with the C4. Very creative stuff. Now a big 1v1 rated. Last player left alive for his team, going up against Hugh. His Team Slasher now trying to close in on him. He's got self-reviving the gas. Nowhere to go, though. No mask to be done. He's going to be out. That's 8th place. Now Team Skies. Or Blast.
Yeah.
Patience.
Right here, mark them. Down to my
Patience pays off. Starting to get real close now to these final circles, Phil. Very, very close situations to be in. His Team Mayhem now trying to get off that gas line while being pressured from behind, and Blast is going to be taking shots at them from the front.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Atura over here has managed to take one out, but he's actually going to find himself in a world of trouble. The gas is taking him, and he's going to run into a squad right on the edge of the gas line. It's going to be Team Skies, I believe. There you see the 1v1, but Guy's now in a little bit of trouble as well. He's going to have to replay up. The gas is starting to take its toll on some of these players. Wuskin, he was one of my players to watch. I didn't think I'd be watching him crawl through the blades of the grass.
Oh, he's got to watch out.
This is the type of play that he needs to make. Oh.
There's the shots. High ground not going his way. And the final shots come through. It was from Ricky. Team Ricky. Man, that positioning has been incredible, but the plays are there to back him up. And there we go. Tupac, last player left alive for his squad. Team Arcetes now in a world of trouble. They've only got 9 bullets in this M13. And Abeezy's on the outside. Here comes the kill squad. They're going to be coming up those stairs trying to find him. Don't make any noise, Tupac. Don't even breathe. You may be able to get something lucky, but Abeezy trailing the stairs. Heartbeat sensor as well to work with. Tupac's in trouble.
Right there. I down one. That.
Instant. Another one bites the dust, Phil. Is that circle?
Yeah, it really does. I had to take a second just to watch that one-on-one there. I like the way Tupac's like, it would be Abeezy as well. Not a player you want to run into on Verdansk.
There we go. 5 teams left. Starting to get very, very tense indeed. My pick's out.
I pick's out.
Max pick's still in it though. We're on board with Team Ricky right now. Precision coming through. Kill streaks in these open spaces, very, very useful. Exchange of utility now for both teams. These battling for these final moments here in our Warzone weekend.
Nice, there's C4 on me still. He's close on the tree. Watch out at the tree.
$10,000 prize, yo.
One up, and again, this team has 4 alive, and Ricky's just fell as well, but they do have the numbers on a lot of these fights, and numbers mean a lot in Warzone. The engagement.
Yeah, so how you make $2,500
4v2s
in a weekend playing the game, yo?
The airstrike's been called in right on top of him. Smoke
I wish
going
I
down
made
from Lacefield.
$2,500 every
play
weekend.
As he slides on through,
playing video
sticks
games.
the stim inside, and I think Ricky might be good to go.
Yep, gets him back onto his feet. Got to keep moving. Here's the shot. Slasher is going to go down. Lacefield, not just the medic, but now the main slayer, as he's going to find another. 6 kills already as he tries to cut these players off. Slasher's managing to get the revive there, but the crossfire coming through, and Team Slasher is in trouble. Still have to move from the gas line. One of their players is already down. Repositioning now from Lacefield squad, and they're going to close that one out. Team Ricky are going to get the kills once again. There's the confirmation, and that is a big bit of work now. Panda for Team Skies, having to ride the gas. He's going to stay alive for now, Phil. Last member left for his team.
Yeah, he was really third-partying from the backside there. VZ's going to have to jump in front of the bullets of one, take down a player, finish him off. But again, the gas is closing in. Blast is going to hit the deck, and he does take accuracy with him. Quick check, though, Miles. Look at the top right. 6 players alive, 3 teams. Ricky, Looney, and Kismet here. The 3 teams remaining, and only a couple of these players, but it's dwindling. There's a full squad on Team Ricky, though. We see all the players get taken out. Ricky and the boys take it, and I tell you what, Miles, they had all 4 players still alive.
And there you go, Team Ricky, they truly rule the day. $10,000, richer as a squad, and what a win. 2 of the biggest brain plays I think we've seen in a Warzone game, whether it was sending Ricky out to get supplies for the boys while they were holding down that bunker position, and then Lacefield C4 that remained on the helicopter that Clay climbed into. You could not have written it better. Brilliant stuff from the squad, and a massive congratulations. Well, there we have it, Momo. What a Warzone weekend it was. Team Ricky coming out on top as we take a look at the standings there. What a result. Big brain plays. They had an aggressive start and a crazy finish to get this one done. But is there anything there in the final results show any big disappointments for you, or even bigger surprises?
Honestly, I think with Warzone, it's always going to be a little bit, you know, some teams turning up, some teams not. One thing that was surprising for me, actually, was the actual game style. We saw, obviously, last week, we saw, obviously, a very kind of slow, methodical, sit in a house. But that's what happens when zones go to different places. This time, these guys were all forced to the boneyard. A lot of open space there, not places you can kind of hide too much. And Team Ricky really just fought well. And again, once more, they just had that real solid gameplay down to a T.
Really did. Again, props to them for playing it smart from start to finish. We saw plenty of recons, but maybe not too many. Enough of that, though. It's now time for our Scuff play of the game, and it's not going to be a huge surprise to many of you. It was, of course, Lacefield and his C4 plays onto Team Octane. And honestly, man, we could have picked either of his C4 plays. They were both brilliant, but this one, Phil, was ridiculous.
It's very rare that you get kind of a quad kill, and it's very rare you get it from a chopper, and it's also very rare that you get to throw a C4 probably 400 meters off the ground and just blow up Team Octane. And you've got to feel for these guys. Obviously, Octane, Illy, Karma, and Lucky. Karma have been to the Gulag and back. We didn't really get to see much of Illy. Lucky as well have been put through the ringer, and honestly, it was just a tough team for them to run into. And again, you think you're safe, you're driving past, but credit to Lacefield, heads up play in perfect timing on the C4.
You got to just think about how hard it was to do that anyway. Like, to predict where the players were going to go, a little bit of luck, a lot of skill involved in that one.
Yeah.
Crazy play. I mean, I would love to see more clips like that coming out of Warzone weekends, but time will tell. Anyway, that was your Scuff play of the game. Now it is time for our PlayStation instant reaction, and we are joined by none other than the C4 connoisseur, the champion of the skies, Lacefield of Team Ricky. Mate, how you doing? Welcome.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I'm fantastic after watching a extremely entertaining Warzone. I don't know what to call it. Like, it was a saga, man. It felt like it went on forever. It was incredible. But, dude, well done. Congratulations again. Definitely the most entertaining, the craziest C4 play I think we've ever seen. Talk me through the first one. Talk me through that, throwing the C4 from the top of that chopper and taking out Octane's team.
All right, so we literally had a chopper. We were flying around for a minute. I ended up realizing there was a car underneath us. We all saw it, so I was like, all right. I didn't tell anybody on the team that I was gonna do it, so I was just like, I'm gonna toss the C4 off the chopper. I saw it drop on the floor, and I just blew it up, just hoping something happened. If it just blew up, it blew up. And then we just ended up seeing the kill feed and saw the 4-piece, and then everyone just started going crazy on the team, so it was pretty crazy.
It couldn't have been better, man. Like, it's so hard to guess how far that C4 is gonna go. Like, you're a champion for even just going for it. Like, what have you got to lose? You lose one C4, so what?
Yeah, honestly,
you're a hero for hitting that and taking out the whole squad. The best is, and you'll get to see it when you actually obviously watch this back, but Octane's reaction, he watches the kill cam and he's just like, no way, man. It's so good. So the other C4 play you had was, of course, towards the end of the game, you had the helicopter, which we kind of called Ricky's helicopter, you know, that stayed with you guys for a while. He obviously went and did his run in there. Putting the C4 in that chopper, was that, I mean, obviously it was like, we could put it in there anyway, you had one on there to begin with, but like, was there a big thought process there? Was there, we're going to use this as a trap, or was like, see how it goes?
Yeah, so it was more of just like, we had already planned to just ditch the chopper, so we wanted to just get height advantage on the hills. So we ended up just all leaving the choppers, and before we left, I was like, all right, I'm just going to toss the C4 on it, just in case if someone tries to roll up on us and just like secretly take the chopper from us. And somehow someone really did try to take the chopper, and he got blown up, and I finished him.
That was clutch, man. What a leader to take the initiative and go for it, man. But it was a great game, and I don't know if we'll ever have, and as an entertaining Warzone weekend ever. You've set the bar pretty high, man. Massive congratulations again. Good stuff. Hope you enjoy that time off. And yeah, man, thank you so much again for coming on.
Much appreciated.
This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Well, there we have it. Thanks again to Lacefield for coming on for a chat. And Phil, dude, not only was he the superstar in the highlight reels, but he also led the entire game in kills. Lacefield, top of the board with the 9, which, again, in the grand scheme of Warzone, doesn't seem like much. When you think those 9 players are 9 of the best players in the world, it's way more impressive.
It really is. Let's not forget where those kills came from. I know 4 of them, yes, they came from a beautifully placed Team Octane, but he picked up 5 elsewhere, another one onto Clay took down with another C4. It was just very strategical, but leaps and bounds above the rest, and of course when you're in the game the longest, you've probably got to get some kills to show for it, but that wasn't the case with Paris Legion. Congrats to Lacefield though, he really was an incredible player during that game, and 9 kills is a lot, like you said, when it's the best in the world, 9 is a lot.
9 is a lot, I mean, and we give Lacefield a lot of praise again, crazy plays nonetheless, but we think of our Game Fuel featured player, we're going to recap it. Ricky, man, again, the eponymous team of Team Ricky get the win. Ricky leading the charge there, maybe not necessarily in the kills, but he had some very interesting stats still, which we have access to.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
he was leading the charge somewhere.
For me, he was leading the charge by getting that chopper and getting out there, getting ammo for the squad and bringing it back. The guy was on a mission.
Unreal.
And he
carried the shopping from the car back to the front door. You name it, man. He saved the squad with that run.
Yeah, but Ricky had 2 kills himself, just over 1,300 damage, was moving 98.5% at the time, the most of any player. No camping on Ricky's watch.
It's incredible to see the way Warzone weekend has already changed. Again, as you touched upon, from quite a slow game, a 4-kill win from Paris Legion. Now Team Ricky winning with an 18. What's going to be next? Well, we'll have to find out next time. That's going to be all from myself and Momo. We thank you again for watching us. This has been Warzone Weekend, presented by Metro by T-Mobile. Now, but don't go anywhere, though, guys, because it's CDL Sunday, and we're only just getting started here. We've got the final day of the Minnesota Home Series coming up next, and I promise you, you do not want to miss it.
So, I need help with this guy.
Hold on, wait.
Dead.
Oh, I got a piss, dude. I might go take a piss real quick.
Joe, same.
I no joke might go take a piss. Hold on.
Are we going? We're going? We're risking it?
Both of you are going now, one at a time.
Both of them, people at least. They're just standing there. They might be looking at another team.
Yo, I'm gonna go tell her. I'll be back.
They're flying over, dude. They're leaving. No!
Contact. Did they both leave?
No, they're both gone. They're both gone.
Wait, we can't shoot. We can't shoot.
There's a guy top left of that building, bro, Mark. The orange mark.
Dude, there's a guy just crouched here.
Luna.
I'm in.
Put it back.
Yo! Tyler, Danny!
I'm back.
Well, they're here. They're on you. They're all over you. They're all over you guys. Yeah, on top of the loadout building.
No way.
Yeah.
Bro, as soon as you guys left.
They ran into my building of all the building. I'm just in front of me. I got him.
Full bang, bro.
I got him. Get out. Damn, bro. Are we ready to go like?
All good.
Damn it, dude. You're saying come out or Ant? Come on, Frank?
What do you got it now? Is he going left? Going left. Pre-aiming. Going back to middle.
All right.
Break. Let's go.
No, Pox one shot.
I'm good. How much do we get for winning this?
A lot. I don't know. I think like 2,500 each.
Hold on, I'm going hardest.
And a chopper above us. What? You C4'd us from the air? What?
Wait, Damon died by somebody in a helicopter throwing a C4 at him.
Wait, Rick, did you see that clip they put in the chat? Oh my.
What?
Bro, Rick C4'd out of the heli and killed them.
What?
Oh my god, that is insane. Wow.
That actually just happened.
Yeah, actually just happened.
Sting for a while.
That could have just that probably just ruined everything.
That probably just ruined everything. What? C4 just from the heli?
This is our crazy event. One of the most stacked groups we've had throughout the entire season.
Atlanta FaZe for Florida champions. Zion, a huge clutch.
Dallas Empire second home series win.
Not one, not two, but three plays are going huge for Dallas Empire.
There it is. Octane doing what Octane does.
Rocker, clutch up once again. The Rocker lighting it up.
Unspin, show who's on top.
Stevie, stop it!
They will be your Seattle home series champions.
Florida, close it out!
Pharaoh finds another one. Ultra have done it. First time getting out of group.
The kill feed all purple.
An absolute rampage from Decimate right now. Real fast. Fight two. No, that's ridiculous. Play together desperately.
The Ridge wallet for real is my type of wallet. Once you get used to a wallet like this, the old like folding leather.
Honestly, I think a lot of people would have gone for him.
Countryside in that opening circle. Base again, they're trying to play the circle at this point in time, so Team Rookie doing what they can to stay alive. And oh, here we go, Phil, our first Gulag Priester versus a C. Base again, they're trying to play the circle at this point in time, so Team Rookie doing.
Oh, when you talk about like teams like Dallas and Atlanta, what makes them so scary is they don't really have a weakness. Not only are they strong in respawn, they also have ridiculous search and destroy rosters, and Florida just proved that they do as well. You saw Pharaoh step up, drop 16, 17 kills in a game 5, and that's just what you need when the league is this close. You have to be able to excel in all 3 game modes, and that's why I think these two are in the final.
Well, and for you, is there like a game mode that you think is maybe the most important for this final?
Hardpoint for sure. I mean, we just saw them ball out in hardpoint against Dallas. That's where FaZe has been weak, so I think they expose them in the hardpoint and they're fine.
All right, so we'll have eyes on the hard point, but players are just getting warmed up. We are almost ready for our home series final to kick off. It's the Florida Mutineers. It's the Atlanta FaZe. This should be one incredible final for a ludicrous weekend. All the game 5s, all the round 11s. It has been insanity. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Us two of the top 3 teams in the world. This is just another one of them. So it feels like while there should be some pressure, him and his team are handling it very, very well. So yeah, but it's still there. Absolutely. Like you're loading up into your first final. So it's something a little bit different. It's definitely in the back of his mind, but everything to this point, he's done great.
Dude, imagine this, and I don't even know what to compare it to. Imagine if you're Awakening, First time in a pro team, first time at an event like this, and you beat the top 3. You beat Huntsman, you beat FaZe, you beat Empire to get the win. Like, are you kidding me?
You beat all of them.
Go through everybody. But now looking at the quick scope presented by U.S. Air Force, we can see all the records. I just, as we mentioned previously, I don't know how much it matters to me. Yeah. Because how much things have changed for Mutineers. Like, as we touched on with FaZe, like, this has been the same unit from day one. So you can put a lot of stock in those numbers. But for Mutineers, this is brand new. There have been changes all over the place. And I don't know what to expect. I mean, all we can really take is what they've done this weekend.
Yeah, they've been incredible. I mean, for the Mutineers, they've been one of the organizations that have made, like, the best moves throughout the season. They've adapted throughout the season with challenges of players sitting out and having to replace players, and I thought they've done a great job so far. So, so far so good for them. And going into this series, I would be worried about that Game 3. FaZe has been doing well in the second half of the series on St. Petrograd specifically in any mode. So that Game 3 could be a tough one.
Well, that'll be your maps and modes presented by U.S. Air Force. Joe, you heard Ant's thoughts. Anything that really stands out to you as far as the maps and modes go?
Yeah, I mean, Game 1 is really important. It's Gunrunner. Hey, we just saw FaZe lose that Game 1 in the semifinal. We saw the final versus Dallas. We saw them lose that Game 1. It seems to be their go-to pick, but it's one they've been losing early on, right? And yeah, I think Ant nailed it. I actually myself, Florida won 145 last series. It was the Chicago series where they won that domination they've been so stellar at. But yeah, the hard points have to be on point because Florida has their hard points been fantastic this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, I want to say FaZe can't start slow like they have most this weekend because it's a final, because how the Mutineers are playing, but I don't know if there's any point you can count them out. Yeah, like if they're down 0-2, who cares?
And I think Ant brought it up where Petro, what is one of the Petros that stands out to you? It's Florida versus Minnesota in the final on Petro. But I will say that Atlanta 7-1 on that Petro domination.
We'll take a look now at the FaZe lineup. Yeah, stacked. I mean, we saw the profile video. The Tiny Terrors really across the board, just filled with youth and ability. They are unbelievable. But now let's take a look at the Florida Mutineers.
Don't overpay for Best Buy. WikiBuy can save you money. It's a browser extension that automatically applies coupon codes to your shopping cart. It's super easy to use and it's free. So do yourself and your wallet a favor and try WikiBuy.
This will be the Florida Mutineers lineup. It has been changing all over the place. I think there was a question at times, like, where is that leadership going to come from with this particular team? But it's working out, right? I think it was Synth that said, as long as you have like-minded individuals on the squad that all want to get better, that all want to win, he doesn't know how much like in-game leadership is that big of a deal. But whoever's handling for the Mutineers side seems to be working.
Well, it's also they built it though, right? Like with Mox, they built a system. You know what I'm saying? And to this point, all Awakening had to do was fill into that system. So, well, I will say, yes, I agree with him that you do need 5 players. The system was already built, and yes, they're going to have to make some adjustments for a new player, but they know what they've had to do. Again, they've already won a home series.
Well, from what I understand, the game is loading up. It is the home series final for the Minnesota Rocker event, FaZe versus Mutineers. Joe, we're going to have a lovely time casting this and hoping for a very extended series. Give me some wildness, wackiness, and everything in between. But Nameless, thank you for joining us and breaking it down. Appreciate you, bud.
Enjoy, guys.
We will. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this. Joe, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm very ready.
I've got my face in the mic, Joe. I'm so excited.
Me too. You want me to get close and personal like this?
Oh, God. I want a wild one. You and I missed all the crazy series. We're owed one. We are owed a crazy home series final. And I don't know what to expect, man. I don't know what to expect. But this is a good map for both teams. As you can see on the bottom of your screen, FaZe 6-3, Mutineers 4-2. They have both been solid here. Who can be better and take this game 1? Because Nameless said the hard points are huge. You said map 1 is huge. A lot of pressure on this one to get going.
Yeah, those 3 losses, again, are in map 1 in pretty critical series. We just saw it with Gorillas. We saw in the final a few home series ago. And one of the big things that we saw earlier today was really around that second hill, the depot. I think Gorillas out-rotated them every single time. We'll see if they make some adjustments. And aBeZy right off the start trying to make those rotations. And there you go. There's the adjustment. He makes the play.
There is the play. You nailed it. I think I saw a bunch of people on Twitter vocally is kind of blasting FaZe about their rotations and how they never seem to rotate. They just seem to have the gun skill to break in and get it done. I don't know if it's going to work here against how good the Mutineers have looked. So yes, have to keep an eye on that discipline. And so good, so far so good. They've got the right side of the map covered.
That's a big flip early on. Not a lot of time earned here. I think I heard Chance talk about it. Like the average is like 14 points, which is the lowest that we typically see. Awakening trying to work the flank, but Priest is going to shut him down, Cellium as well. So with 12 seconds left, it feels like FaZe have done their job. They got that flank, but can Froxy make the play for the Mutineers?
A quick answer is no. As Priesta will shut him down. Now we will switch hard points. And inside we go. How much time can FaZe now turn this into? The swarm coming in for Mutineers. If they look for a break, aBeZy tucked away in a pocket. They're able to take down one. The snap out front puts damage into a second as he tries to find the angle through the smoke. Sky's found an opening to get through. 2 players from FaZe now spawning out. Mutineers have pushed right through the front. They've gotten to the back. That break is just simply too easy. Major Maniac really the last one here. If you're FaZe, you still have the parallel spawn, but that just happened way too fast. So I guess it doesn't matter. And if FaZe rotate first, they rotate second, they look for breaks. And hardpoint, they're finding some struggles.
Yeah, that's where you just have to execute, right? That first set of kills has to come through. I think we saw 8 kills in a row before FaZe shut some players down. It was 3 streaks on the Mutineers side. A big break, and now working up to a 40-point lead as we rotate over towards Minecart. FaZe have another opportunity, but Frosty and Awakening able to get some early kills. That will turn into some early pressure as Sky's trying to do what he can, trying to stay alive, able to take out Priesta with the pistol. It looked like Cellium was trying to go on a pinch, and there is 4 dead once again. And this is what we saw. Like, this literally reminds me of when Atlanta did play Dallas in the grand final, because they were rotating, but it was the first set of kills that were just not coming in for Atlanta FaZe.
It literally seems like they're more comfortable when they have to break sometimes. Like, yeah. I don't know that I can think of that ever being a thing, really, in Call of Duty. Like, you always want the early rotation, pretty much. You always want to be set up first, but sometimes it just seems like FaZe is better when they're trying to break, and I know that doesn't make sense. I get that, but I don't know. It's like if they get antsy when they're set up early, they just need to keep flying, but great job from Mutineers so far. Up 50, they bust through into another hard point. As we'll get ready for our next rotation over to Card. Set up early is going to be Skies, ready to do damage. He's got Havoc looking over him as well, as they're in a position now have the early setup. Now let's see what they can do with it. Will FaZe be more comfortable on the break and maybe find some early success into the point? At least right away, Havoc says no, sir. That's a double from Havoc. And what a start it's been from Pharaoh. 12-7 out the gate from him.
Man, talked about it in the pregame. Priesta has had some very slow starts this tournament. 4-11 right now, and a guy who we know can just be so consistent. We'll have to watch his stat line, see if he can turn things around. We know he is such a pivotal piece for this team. FaZe, they're getting set up for the spawns on the left side of the map for Warehouse, and we rotate there. And they just do not want Florida to earn a lot of time, but Florida's going to fight for it. They get 3 kills. Major Maniac gets his turn with that MP5, but the trade is there. And I guess right now for FaZe, you're just trying to fight over mid-map control, just keep them spawning deep on the right side of that map.
Yeah, Priesta, what, triple negative, as you said. I mean, just for his career, there's just not many times he's had events like this. I mean, I can think of that time he was really sick at an event where he was struggling, but he was literally ill. Assuming he's feeling all right, I don't know what's going on, but it has not been a great event for him. And I think they're going to need him to find form to get this win. Granted, with the talent amongst the 4 of their players, they can probably still do it, but triple negative simply not going to be good enough. But now FaZe the chance to get right back into this and really tie up the game, and they can lock it down here inside of the Warehouse. Sip is set up in the back. The push still coming through. They still have one FaZe member in Priest over by Minecart that should be able to flank on in. The pinch there, though, for Mutineers. Can they come out on top? And again, they do it. They fly through. They get the final 20 or so seconds.
Yeah, I think you take this because you see that, well, what's next for FaZe is they're going to set up for first and second hill. You do have one player over there, that's Awakening, but that's going to be a quick trade. So you take the 30 seconds, you split most of this hill time if you're FaZe, but you set yourself up for 1 and 2 if they can hold it, because last time through, could they hold it? The answer was no. But do watch the tip of the minimap, or the top of the minimap. It's once again Awakening who's trying to make the play for Florida as Skies and Amber go big on the hill.
Yeah, and he almost spawns up. I mean, he's all the way at the backside of tracks. He is flanked the whole way around. Keep an eye on the minimap now for the spawns. As people continue to die with Awakening in that position, is it the difference? Awakening actually ends up taking down 2.
He just needs
and now
help.
trying to finesse his life so badly, but nobody else there in a position to do it, so he'll do it all himself. 3 drop, but he doesn't get the spawns. If anything, though, his position alleviates any and all pressure from the hard point from FaZe.
Yeah, you start to earn some good time. But Florida's just been able to earn that. Now they have around a 50-point lead. They were able to flip that gear. So we're going to get this set up now, and we're going to ask ourselves a question. Can FaZe hold it with having the close spawns? 10 seconds left. You're going to earn that scrap time. Awakening trying to go all the way around. That's going to be that first gunfight, and I think off that, they're going to try to fly.
Can FaZe hold this time, or Mutineers get another wondrous break? BZ's going to get ripped off the back after he takes down 2. Celium tucked away inside. He's just going to close the door for now. On the top side of it, they've won. Now you have to focus on the bottom side. A team kill does come in as Skies will take out Havoc with the Simtex. There's one more player in the back. It's actually Frosty who takes out 2 players. You still held for now if you're FaZe, but now the numbers simply too much for Mutineers. With 30 seconds remaining, they get in. I mean, it's a longer hold for FaZe, but eventually the result's still the same.
It just feels like that. Well, I was going to say all the kills aren't coming at once for FaZe, and then they do it. They get 4 dead streaks. Is able to find 2. They're going to earn these 15 seconds, which are going to put them in reach of 30 for the lead.
Priesta has turned it around big time. I mean, I know he's only 13 and 20, but he was 4 and 12 at one point, so it's improved. Simp leading the way on one side, Pharaoh still leading the way for Mutineers. But now the minecarts. Frosty the one inside the hard point soaking up the time. Priesta doing his best to make the play. Outside of Vent Room. Over to Awakening's POV we go. His first ever home series final as he continues to try and make a name for himself. What a talent he has been so far this weekend. Closer and closer, the Mutineers get to that 200-point mark and start to run away with this game.
Frosty just playing peekaboo, and the card comes up with the knife, is able to get the kill. And teams have gotten much better at holding minecart. It's really around that pipes position. You see where Pharaoh goes. He's all the way in water, just basically putting Atlanta in a spawn trap himself. But that was it's going to be a 50-second hold. Puts them 50 points away from winning map 1.
It looks like FaZe's hardpoint woes continue this weekend at risk of losing another map 1. We'll see if Mutineers can close it out. I mean, they've got spawns for next. They've got positioned by the hardpoint. As quick as I say that, it is gone as FaZe will now get set up inside with a flurry of kills. The Mutineers right back at it. Somehow, if you're FaZe, you have to hold this off. Think about a flip, but they're down nearly 100, and you just don't see comebacks like this really ever on this title.
No, you do not. Especially this map, right? You just have to do so many things that, well, basically 2 parts of the map, and that just comes down to winning so many gunfights, at disadvantages. Celium on a 3 spree, kind of turning things around. He has a slow map 1. Priesta, BZ, really like the big 3 that we talk about, right? Like Celium, Priesta, BZ, those guys who put so much pressure on the map, really having a slow game 1. Simp, well, just does what Simp does best. Puts up 30, but he needs some help.
He certainly does. Now you've got to be flawless, or somehow you can do it, but Frosty's still lurking towards mid, just there to put the pressure in the flank as soon as FaZe try to get through to the hard point. Awakening continuing to go big. What a first map it is in his home series final debut. 29 and 22, and there's the final seconds. Mutineers get the convincing game 1 win. That might as well be a 100-point club in this title, because that is a blowout. Mutineers, they run it from the get-go. And yeah, FaZe's map 1 woes just continue. I don't know what it is, but these guys can't get it going.
Gunrunner. It's this map. It feels like when they're in a bit of a slump, this is just not their map. And we touched on it. There was about 3 hills where they had early setups and they're just not executing. When you're not executing, what's going to happen? Your sling's not going to be there. You know, things get out of rhythm and the pressure gets on you. But Florida, dominant in that map 1.
How does it happen? Like, how's it happen for a team like FaZe that we know has all the talent, they have good coaching, they have hungry players? How do you just, I don't know, seemingly forget how to play at times?
Well, Hardpoint is a lot of, like, small things, right? And sometimes you sort of get away from those things. And I think that's what especially is happening here, right? Like, all right, how do we want to hold this? What is our strategy when we hold this second hill? And it seems like maybe they just aren't on the same page right now.
Well, we're going to take a look now, Joe, at the fan selection bracket. And I believe it was 4,000 to 5,000 people voted on who they thought was going to take it. And as you can imagine, it's what? You have Huntsman, Empire, FaZe, like at the top. There were only 0.8% of people that picked Mutineers to potentially take this. So if you talk about shutting up the haters, proving people wrong, whatever it is, I mean, there were more people that picked Ultra to win the event than Mutineers. So I don't even know how that's technically possible. But
well, it's just recent form, right? It's recency bias, right? Again, just they've been playing pretty poor. The last time we saw Florida, where Toronto got to a semifinal. So it's just recency bias. And again, they've been to a grand final. They've won a home series final. It's just people seem to forget very quickly.
Hey, well, yeah, it's just the inconsistencies, though, as you touched on. Like, it seems like finals are bust at times for Mutineers, which is wild when most of the other top teams, well, when I say most of the other top teams, like Empire and FaZe have been pretty consistent. Huntsman nearly falls into that category as well, with Mutineers just being all over the place with some of the results, at least as of late. But this is going to be a wild one. It seems like FaZe are going to have to dig deep and somehow come up huge. I think it was Simp in the interview who kind of said, yeah, we're not playing great, but maps a lot of times come down to a couple crucial moments. And you and I as commentators try our best to kind of point those out, whether it's in a search, Hardpoint, Dom. Like, it feels like commentating at times is like several minutes of like fluff, and then a couple moments you need to nail where stuff really shifts or there's a really, really good big play. And that's kind of what Sim touched on. Like, there's just these swing moments, these clutch moments where if you go big, you win the map. And I completely agree with him. Even though it's like a 10-minute game, it comes down to sometimes 60 to 90 seconds of moments.
Yeah, it comes down to a break here, a break there, and that's really what we saw, isn't it? When Florida was set up, they had big holds. That second hill twice at Depot, they were able to break through. That to me is 2 major moments that we saw in that Gunrunner, and that seems to be the trend. So maybe FaZe just has to go back, look at their Gunrunners, especially today, watch that second hill and figure out what they need to fix.
Certainly. But again, why they're so tough to beat, why they're tough to put away is the fact that they don't have, well, historically, a huge weakness in any moment. I know Hardpoint hasn't looked great for them, but when they need to bounce back and win the map 4, they have, right? They played it at least 50%, and that's the reason they find themselves in a final. But now to search and destroy, not going to be an easy task here for Mutineers either. But I think 2 strong search teams that are filled with kind of strong search players all over the place. Whether you talk about a Pharaoh, a Havoc, a Simp, a Celium, like you've got strong search players on either end of this. I think what you and I were watching earlier, and you kind of heard Miles and Momo touch on it too, is those early engagements that aBeZy has. We've talked about it so frequently. It reminds you of Zuma at times. Like he's going to be the first to fight so often. How big is it for him to find some success early in these rounds?
Yeah, I think for aBeZy, when we've watched them, like he's the first guy in. He's the entry guy,
it's
right?
Hard.
Like,
it's hard.
Yeah, he's got to execute it, and you're just hoping that someone who's playing entry can win around like 50% of their fights, right? Like go like 8-8. And one of the interesting things coming into this is map 1, that was Atlanta's map pick. That was their hard point, was the Gunrunner. We're going to map 2. And what's interesting about Arcloth Peak, Florida is 2-5. Atlanta is 7-2. They've found a lot of success. So you have to be feeling pretty good if you're Atlanta. But the question is, for Florida, okay, you know that they're this strong on it, so they've had to have done a lot of prep work. That's the only thing to me where this, all right, we know what Atlanta does.
Well, that's weird because I would assume with Arcloth that it would be their pick for game 2. So that is interesting considering how good they've been in it. All right. Well, that's interesting. If that's how it went down.
Yeah,
in the
Game
vetoes.
5 is Gunrunner Surge, and that's 5-1 overall for Atlanta. Again, they're not going to have many bad map records.
That's true.
But this Arclock Peak, like map number 2 choice to me, just seems like Florida has their preparation done.
Hey, Joe. As you know, I love you. I think you're an incredible man, and you are my heart, Carrie. But tomorrow's a very special day, and that's because tomorrow is Joe's birthday. Joe, how old do you turn, bud?
27, man. I'm getting up to Maven age. Yeah.
I'm still like a decade older than you, man. I'm 35. I'm in a different generation, basically, at this point.
In Call of Duty age, that is like ancient. It's ancient.
Hey, you're still as talented as you were when you were competing, buddy. You carry me every day. But very early happy birthday to you. We love you, Joe.
Thank you.
You're a beast.
I appreciate it.
But I believe we're just having a quick delay before we hop into the map 2. We're almost ready to go. We're headed to a quick break. We'll be right back.
What an individual play from Priest of...
Hello.
Hey, Travis, it's Chris.
Hey, Chris. How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
So, this is the game plan. If it's going to work for you, I'm going to hopefully come and meet you at the community center tomorrow morning. Hopefully, around, you said you get there around 9.
Yes.
And just, basically, I don't want you to start anything. Like, whenever you actually get there, like, do you get there at, like, 8:30? Like, I want to start, like, filming you when you, like, get your paints out. When you're, like, pouring it in the thing.
Oh.
You know, like...
Yeah,
like,
sure. No problem.
Beginning to end. I don't want to, like, miss stuff like that because that's what the viewers, like, would love to see.
Oh, yeah. So I normally get there, like, 10 minutes before 9 or something like that.
Okay, super. And how much of the mural is done?
Well, I've completed 2 murals during this COVID crisis because our facility is shut down and most of our employees are working from home. And so I'm normally at the building by myself. So I've done 2 murals already, and I'm probably about 25% finished with the 3rd mural that I'm working on.
Super. So those 2 murals are also in the community center.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. If you also would, were you able to reach out to that guy or no?
I called him twice and couldn't get through to him. I was going to try him back again in a minute.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, because what I'm thinking is if you also maybe want to, so after we, like, talk about, like, the murals there, I'm probably going to do some questions just with you about, like, what art means to you, you know, what the aesthetic you try to, like, give off.
Oh, yes. I had planned on bringing in some pieces anyway.
Okay, super. That was the question, what I was going to say. So then we can frame the shot to, you know, show as much off as you as we can.
Yes.
Super. Well, would you be able to text me that address?
I certainly can.
Of the community center, and where I just told our news director he is, like, so looking forward to this. He's, like, so excited. I showed him your work, and he's, like, obsessed.
Awesome. Well, like I say, our facility we're just starting back having some employees in there. So our front desk lady it's required that we have your temperature taken as soon as you enter the building, and we're going to have to wear a mask inside the facility. Yep. And that's the only thing that our supervisor says, just follow the normal protocol for right now, and that's about it.
And we're doing that as well. We have like to do the interviews. Like, I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but, like, our microphones are, like, on a stick. so it, like we're 6 feet apart, and we have to wear masks anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's other than that, it's there. I don't see anything else.
I really don't think so. Yeah, just come with the art on your mind, and I think we'll have fun with it. You know, we kind of get to mold this first inaugural part of the series into kind of what we want to make it. So I'm looking to see where our conversation will lead to, you know, in terms of like the overall story.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I really look forward to talking to you some more too.
Super. And also, too, if you have any, like if at home, I'm sure you like have like drop cloths or like stuff that like people assume painters will have.
Yes.
Like if you don't have any of those like props at the community center, could you also bring those?
Oh, I have that stuff there.
Oh, which I assumed. You know, so, but maybe like if you want to bring an easel or two to display some of your work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. Well, then if you can send me that address, that would be great. And then I will plan on getting there tomorrow for like 9.
All right, I'll see you then.
Okay, sounds wonderful. Travis, if anything else, if you have any questions, you can shoot me a text or call me.
Yeah.
But I really look forward to this.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Super. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
About to do that news interview tomorrow. Tomorrow, a news interview. Tomorrow. All right. All right, so I'm pretty sure we have the easels at work because I keep thinking about taking some of them bitches. So I may not even have to take any of my own easels. But I may take one of them just in case. Let me do a bathroom break real quick, guys. Shit. Oh, it's not a touchscreen. Damn it.
years of hard work lead to this moment.
The Mutineers will go in with a small lead. The Mutineers will have the advantage.
Now they're on your point. Look how close it is, Joe. A millimeter. On a round.
Now that you've seen the Carvana app, any questions?
Yes, hi, Dave Samuels here. You're telling me I can buy a car entirely online?
You got it.
And then you'll deliver it to me, or I can pick it up at a car vending machine?
That's correct.
And if I don't like it, I can simply return it for another one.
That's exactly right.
I don't get it. And in fact, it makes no sense. Car buying 100% online. It's real. Really. At Carvana.
Hey, Captain Obvious here, just taking really good care of my plants.
Who said good?
Mama's gonna give you some juice, yeah. Too bad they're going to die when I finally go on vacation. Who cares? I'll be on vacation.
Hello, we missed you terribly. It is time to get back into the home series final. Search and Destroy about to kick off as the Mutineers were able to take F1. I'm Nathan, and I'm with the birthday boy, Joe Merck DeLuca.
It's tomorrow. That's it.
I'm pretending it's today. Can I get all happy birthdays in the chat? Happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday, Merck. Happy birthday, Big Papa. Anything will work.
Or are you about to say?
I think I almost did say your wife's name, yeah.
Okay.
We're all excited for you. Now I'm pretending, Joe, I didn't get you a gift.
I'll say 5 years tomorrow. All good. We'll do that.
5 gifts to tomorrow? Okay, I like that. We're running it up tomorrow. But, all right, let's get into our club peak. As you stated, it is a lights out map for the most part. 4 phase.
Well, I think it's one, too. Like, if you're Florida, it's one that's going the distance. I remember multiple round 11s for phase. The 7 and 2 could easily be like a 5 and 4. So it's definitely one they've shown weakness, but yes, they have a lot of repetitions on it.
And if it's gone deep, you think a lot of footage to watch too to try and figure out how you want to play this. But it's offense for Mutineers, and it's Pharaoh with the snipe. Oh God, I remember it. In his career, he has hit some absolute doozies. We'll see what he can do. And on the other side, Simp, if he opts to pull it out, not a bad sniper himself. Over Havoc as he works his way up this. They try to find an opening on the off-site. So at number 7 mid-map, that's going to be Skies trying to keep them honest. And I think it's a Beezy that's starting to work the flank. It's a while till he's going to get there, but perhaps he found an opening. If this Mutineers pushes slow, if it takes a while, and it just got slowed down because of Priesta, a Beezy should be in a position shortly to put this to bed.
Yeah, it's already been pretty slow. They threw 2 smokes to try to bait out some nades, and they did just that. But what does that do? That buys time, as you said, for Abizi. He took the wide flank. He went all the way through back church, so that I think it was they had one player middle of the map where it doesn't hear him as he goes through the flank. Atlanta FaZe, they start off with a bit of a 4-1 split towards the B site. They rotate over. When the smokes go down, they make sure they don't get the plant. Abizi goes on the flank. He's able to find a multi-kill.
Yeah, I think maybe you win at the front, then you're able to kind of have somebody focus the flank and worry about it. But as soon as the first blood went to FaZe, suddenly all the focus has to be at the bomb site. And it's wide open for Abizi.
Early round 1 on the flank, you expect your player mid-map to basically hear the player, right? You don't have dead silence early in round 1. So I think they're just playing, all right, I didn't hear anything, so we don't expect him to go all the way through.
Smoke out for FaZe as they start to work their way forward towards the site. Havoc lurking up close here past the mountain. He's basically in a position to play a massive disruption
to
this FaZe push, but now that he's been spotted, Simp is going to hit the snipe. The nades are going to connect onto Havoc, and very quickly you've got 2 down for Mutineers.
Yeah, it was just stuck in that spot. You're hoping for an early first blood. Smokes go down. Skies does find Abizi. There's one player lurking. Awakening. Awakening got into a great position. He was able to lurk. He finds one, but Celium is there for the trade to give them the man advantage. And this time it's Major Maniac on a late flank. He finds the opening in the defense.
Yeah,
now
these
a
late
3v1
flanks,
for Skies.
whether offense or defense, are being very, very painful. Just free kills. We'll see if Skies can work the clutch, but nope. The only thing that's working is snipe bullet to his chest. We'll see it now from Simp. Bit of a flick. Now, that was a little bit lower than the chest. That might have been more painful than I thought it was, Joe.
I think Skies is just hoping to get out the window, but I think he hits the ledge. It doesn't matter. Tough position for Skies. Awakening almost made the play. Cellium with a big trade gives them the advantage.
I'll see if they change anything up on offense. You got to imagine if they're going A, they're going to be a little bit more conscious of the flank this time, but screw A. They're going to do it up mid-map. Now they go, but Abizi
job done.
There to get the first blood. And yeah, I mean, that's his job, right? Get that first engagement. Now they ready for Priest in the corner. They sure as hell are. Priest is going to get shut down. Simp now relocating to kind of watch that cross towards the B house. Working maybe on a late flank as well as Major Maniac. He's got a ton of information that nobody is near A.
He does this a ton, right? He plays the trench, and I think Skies knows this. Look at Skies ready for it. I think he was watching the cross to his spawn. Just patiently waiting as Abizi's up top, and you see this inside. Major Maniac isn't he taken down by Pharaoh. So you have the man advantage, 3 versus 4. Who's going to be the first to go? Looks like it's going to be Cellium side window.
Things start to fall apart because Abizi's going nuts. Almost 3 inside and 4 in the round. Now it's all to Skies, who is across. Major Maniac got his position early in the round. He takes a stun to the forehead. So I believe a flash just right in through that top window.
They gotta hit the defuse though.
He just has to hit one shot. Zip can't hit the snipe.
You can't find him.
He can't hit the snipe, but he can't get the shots in. And they'll just get it diffused. I mean, Simp, I know he doesn't hit the shot. Maybe he's just a big enough of a distraction to make Sky's shot a little bit shaky.
The one side door was closed for the defuse. I don't think you could find him. If that door's open, it's an easy kill.
Dr. Squatch is the best smelling, best feeling soap on the planet. Get ready to step out of the shower feeling the...
Yeah, that must be all it was. He just couldn't get on him. Couldn't track him for the wallbang. Skies just need to hit his shots on one player, just not able to do it. And it's 3-0 now for FaZe. They'll go right back towards this A site. The utility out as they want to soar. And Havoc just playing a bit of an offensive close as we look, see what Simp can find with the sniper. Major Maniac once again going to be playing towards that offsite as Frosty, I believe, is working up towards that house. We might have a gunfight on this side of the map here momentarily. We'll see if Frosty gets through.
His dead silence is about to run out, and he's going to have to slow down. But he may have found the position, but look at the rotation. The rotation's coming through, but Frosty's going to spot it. Frosty position is going to spot that, now just trying to play his life. Doesn't think he has bomb down. Awakening is going to find Abizi, who was on alert. Frosty stays alive, finds his second kill. But the most important one was the first one. That was the bomb carrier. He was able to catch the rotation.
Well, he almost gets gifted, right? Like, he tries to get that dead silence probably to get to the flank, but it runs out, as you said. Now he has to slow it down, and it ends up being perfect for the raft back, right? Like, he's got a perfect line of sight on bomb carrier. Everything gets shut down there. Hell of a play from Frosty. Major Maniac, I don't think had any idea he was in that position. And you're sort of, your phase, you're relying on him from that spot to say, hey, it's all clear, go ahead and rotate. Frosty plays spoiler. A much needed round now for Mutineers. Finally, something up on the scoreboard. Major Maniac gets that first blood. And, well, maybe a little bit of revenge from last round. We'll take out Frosty.
Yeah, it's a 4-1 advantage now. First bloods for the Atlanta FaZe, and that could reflect the score here soon. What do you want to do if you're Florida? 30 seconds off the clock. You're down a man, trying to find an opening. Abizi isn't giving you that opening. Maybe you go for a dead silence play. Pharaoh's going to pick up the bomb. Major Maniac, though, finds the opening. Now it's down to Awakening and Pharaoh.
Can they clutch up in the 2 versus 5? 2v4 thanks to Pharaoh's pick. There's another one, 2v3 now, 30 seconds to go. Pharaoh's picking him apart. Oh, it is close. Simp might feel that bullet whiz past his shoulder, and he's going to gun Major Maniac. Now it's a 2 versus 2. 20 seconds to go. Is this happening? What was a 2v5 for Awakening and Pharaoh? Now a chance to do it, but Celium may have just shut it down. Bomb is going to get picked up. He tries to track back for the plant, and Simp hits the shot, but they made it interesting in a round that looked unwinnable.
Pharaoh made it interesting, right? And I think you were talking about he's got some swagger to it, especially to his snipe game at times. He just plays a little bit aggressive with it. We saw it a lot in Call of Duty World War II.
He hits that shot on the Simp.
The guy just sort of does what he wants.
He hits the shot on the Simp and then guns Major Maniac. I mean, who knows how that round goes? Yeah, I think swagger is the right word there for sure.
Grab something to eat.
6 and 5 now from Pharaoh, but unfortunately, they're in a 1-4 hole. Priesta again, though, man. Like, I mean, you're up 4-1. Who cares? But something just seemed a little bit off this weekend. But it's Simp with the snap yet again, and a BZ with the bunny hop across mid, back in. Havoc put to bed. A BZ is a sicko.
It's just, I think that pull messes with that second player that he's able to bunny hop behind. A couple of those bullets go through. That allows him to win the second. The hit marker, he's still alive. He's getting the plant down. Will the nade connect and stop it? No, Priest is going to get it down. Have the man advantage again. Well, a large man advantage as Pharaoh is the last one left.
He got this, Pharaoh. No problem. You're dead. Nice try. But 5-1 now, 4 phase, and a BZ, man. That's just, whew. Yeah, you can credit the poll. You can credit whatever you want, but a nice little bunny hop. Great movement from a BZ, and man, that round gets ended by that great play from him.
How would you define a luxury watch? Usually we think of high quality, exclusive, great design, and of course, expensive. But does it really have to be expensive?
Don't shit gotta be
I'm
expensive.
just quickly gonna take a look at the vetoes just to see what searches they went again. So it looks like Petro and Ramaza. So yeah, maybe they didn't want to play them on Piccadilly either. But I said just
there's
such a strong
not an
map.
easy choice. There's not an easy choice.
Yeah. It just comes down to what their practice with Awakening as well.
True. Now 1 round away from tying up this grand final, and Joey won't have a 3-0, which I'm in love with that concept.
Well, we've had a few 3. I think we have what, 1 3-1?
1 3-1 and 2 3-0s. Yeah, it's been. Yeah. Well, we are 3 of the 4 games that weren't 5-game series. But now we got a chance for an extended one. The first blood does come in from Mutineers. So Awakening tacks on another one to that. As they try to stay alive in this game too, see if they can somehow pull off a crazy comeback. But so far, it's been clinical from FaZe, and a BZ again. 2 more as his position inside of the B house pays off.
That's just, you got to check a corner, right? And which corner is it? This time he's behind the bomb. Florida's still in it, but a BZ goes on the flank. He has dead silence. 12 and 4 from a BZ. He's able to stay alive, dodging so many bullets, and Celium has his back. Now it's all down to Skies, and yeah, he's going to shoot the TV antenna because this one is over.
Well, Joe, you know how I asked you how important would a BZ be to this game, too? It looks like it was very important. It wasn't even necessarily the first bloods, which I know he had a couple, but more in the mid-game when he was finding those multi-kills. He is just an absolute tank of a player, a BZ, dominating in the game, too. And that'll tie us up at 1-1, 13 and 4 out of a BZ. But, all right, you get the 6-1 win. But are you still concerned in the long run of this series, over all 5 games, you get a 1-7 out of Priest? Like, clearly something is off.
Well, maybe, right, you talk about a BZ struggles, and what is the easy switch? Like, Priesta has played that entry role before. I mean, he just did it last year with the 100 Thieves. So, maybe he's like, I have to slow down a little bit. Priesta, you sort of take that spot. We can work bombs some more. Maybe it's just Priesta who ends up in that position at times. Right?
Okay.
It's just it is a tough spot, especially in our clock. We just saw it, right? You have to either run through a door or you have to try to plant a bomb without getting naded by 3 people.
Yes, but tough spot or not, I mean, he's just not having a great weekend. He just hasn't
not
been
having
playing.
a great weekend.
Yeah,
a
he's
lot
not.
of Verdansk.
And I just we'll see if he can turn it around, but it's not going to matter in that 6-1 victory, tied up 1-1. The home series final here for the Minnesota Rocker event. It is a battle, and we'll be right back after this quick break.
Listen up. The soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face
Oh my God, I'm so hungry.
Hey, Bob Kitchen.
I'm trying to say a BCD.
We don't work top. We should work top together.
A keychain grappling hook. This is just $1 for the month.
A 256 layer
Nice,
I'm be awakening.
I'm gonna try to go top.
Actually, then.
I
Just swung off track.
There's one BCD, there's one BCD.
Yes, BCD. And then tracks. Went back to C. I saw you. One more behind the
Yeah, I'm trying to go kitchen.
Yeah, you mean. So spawn BCD.
One top.
Mid tracks.
Mid top.
He's absolutely going mid top. Dead tracks.
Nice.
It was happening. Nice. Sit down. 3.
Spawning back in.
No one's mid. Yeah,
Well, the comms a little bit chaotic as they were getting 3-cap there for a moment, but they're able to flip the strip and get CB control rather quickly. Down 25, but now at least you got the position you want, but a bit chaotic for a moment there.
Well, and I love what I heard from Sim. It's like we have to start spawning at BS&D or all of these kills are going to be useless. And what happens when you're spawning around this area where they're at right now is you can put pressure at C and you try to flip the spawns A, and that's exactly what they did. They have to execute on the kills at C, or what happens, you end up in a 3-cap, and which still could happen, but they were able to do so. They were able to get, now can they get B back?
They should be able to. It's based on the minimap. They've got a chance to at least get the neutral, maybe the cap. But pushing in from that bottom side of the map will be Mutineers. It's so close to getting capped, and they stop it. Skies is going on a tear as he picks up a triple around that B site. Major Maniac tries to answer with a double of his own, but now the pressure through to C. It's Sparrow.
And this is what I was talking about, right? You push through BS&D like Florida has. You see that Atlanta spawns towards A, and now they have to get these kills towards C. They're able to do so. They're going to flip the script very quickly. So a good job done by Atlanta, a better job done by Florida to quickly respond.
They're up just over 30 now. as 6 arrows set up around mid-map at B to vie for control. Frosty still tucked away in the steps is able to take down Simp in a good position to look over B. But this is going to be a very, very healthy lead for Mutineers going into the second half. The one good thing for FaZe is you'll be spawning on the stronger side, but now you're at risk of a 3-cap. Things could get very ugly. It's 5 in a row now for Pharaoh, 3 in a row for Awakening. Everybody lighting it up. Just look at the stats on the side of the Mutineers. They are having their way with FaZe Clan right now. This has been sensational stuff from them.
And again, it's Priest and aBeZy, and Respawns at times just not playing too well. Priest has just had a rough series overall individually, and he's had some rough moments this weekend. Trying to get B to reduce this, but what, 46 points, could go up to 50 by the time this is done. It's a rough one.
I think our argument for teams like FaZe is that you can sort of get past the dud because you have so much strength in your team, but there's a difference between a rough map and a 3 and 15. Like that is just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Because they set it up. I mean, anytime like there was that moment that FaZe could have broke through, they could have had CB, and Florida instantly flips it. They get C back. Like there could have been a point where this lead's only maybe 10 points for Florida. And you feel really good if you're FaZe going into it, but they're able to regain control. Then they put them into the trap. A beautiful half. That is why they are 7-1 on this map.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about FaZe living in the chaos, but there was Mutineers. Like when it got scrappy, when they needed to flip, like you said, they were able to do it. Just really, really strong stuff out of the Mutineers. They put up 107 points in the first half, up 51. Now, FaZe have had some crazy ones. It was against Subliners where they had that, what was it, like a 50-point comeback where they had nearly a 70-point swing in a dom. Like they've done some nutty stuff like that, but man, it is not going to be easy. At least you have the C-side's control, but as I say that, it's Havoc sneaking through.
It does aBeZy right. I mean, you would imagine with the Cellium and aBeZy, the way where they just spawned, yeah, you have to recognize someone snuck through. Major Maniac, he's going to be the man on top of it as they try to get back to it. Priest, he's on the other side of the map. There are so many skirmishes going down on each flag. This could result in a game right here at FaZe. They don't win it, and they didn't. Pharaoh, Frosty were able to win both those gunfights.
Yeah, because it's more than needing a 2-cap right now, right? You need a 2-cap, a neutral, a 3-cap at some point. Like, you need a lot of help.
It's possible, but it's got to happen quick.
Yeah, still 4 minutes to go, but
you see what happens when they play so aggressive. There's openings, right? You have to play so quick. Guess who sneaks through? It's Pharaoh, neutral C. I love that play. Play your lead, play the clock. You're out of there. Your teammates are still doing a great job at B. They find 3 kills, and now it's 2 in a neutral for Florida.
Yeah. When I said 2 in a neutral, I meant FaZe need that. With Mutineers having it, this lead is just going to grow more and more. This is an old-fashioned stomping. As FaZe have been throttled in this map 3. Whew. That is impressive. Impressive stuff for the Florida Mutineers. Just look at that stat line. Skies, and I mean, we know what kind of a talent he is, and he has maps like this from time to time, and I think it's why we started to believe in Mutineers early, is just because of the gun skill, because of the talent you had, and then sometimes they trick us and they have poor events and we get confused on how good they actually are. Well, here's the swift reminder that they can play with the best.
Had this discussion, like you would just take their core. Like, you know Sky's can be a superstar. You know Pharaoh can be a superstar. You know that Frosty has the ability to do so. We're not even sure if we've seen the best of Frosty yet. And then you have a solid Surge player and really what's turned into a leader in Havoc. You add a young talent in Awakening and you're starting to see what happens.
Can they get the results more consistent, and can they close out this final? Because they might be done with the map 3, but they're not done with this series yet. Not a whole lot left to highlight in this map. They were up 50 in the first half, now up 70. FaZe have been beaten, battered, and world starred by the Mutineers. Now you have a 2 in a neutral, but it's just going to be too late for FaZe. You needed this 2 minutes ago, or maybe to open the half.
Yeah, maybe 6 minutes ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Now it really just comes down to whether or not FaZe can continue that kind of 50-50 win rate in hardpoint. I mean, they haven't been good in hardpoint by any stretch of the imagination, but when they've needed to pull one out, when they've needed to go big, they've been able to win that map 4 and clutch up. They're going to have to do it here once again, which is going to be difficult because we're going to be headed to the Mutineers hardpoint pick, right, as you said?
Yeah, it's Hackney Yard, right? It's a strong map for FaZe. I don't think they have many weak maps. We saw them just, who they just played against Gorillas in the semifinal, which got, them to a map 5. So, it's one that they have a fresh repetition on.
Familiar territory for sure, since it's so recent.
But that was one, if I remember correctly, that Priesta, that was probably his best game, was on Hackney Hardpoint this entire weekend. So we'll see if he can turn around. I know we put a lot of spotlight on him in his performance, but he's going to have to turn it around there.
He's picked it up a bit after the, 3 and 14, 3 and 15. I mean, it reminds me of the map 1. Like, he starts triple, quadruple negative, and then from there plays even. It's just the starts. The starts have been so tough for him. Hey, it's not just him.
11.
Beezy's right there with him.
It's ridiculous from Skies because we don't typically see those sort of numbers with the main AR. What we see a lot of the times main AR is a lot of defense towards that C flag. Is Havish just having some fun now with the knife. But usually your main AR has like your lowest engagements on this map because the way you have to play it on the train tracks. But 27-11 is just a ridiculous stat line from Skies.
Well, if I remember correctly, isn't this where Mox and Skies would flip? Like on dominations when they'd switch roles?
Yeah.
And now, I mean, maybe if you're Skies, you don't have to do that, right? You get to stay in your comfort role. Because I would imagine with Mox's struggles, that was probably something that he preferred. At least I would think so. Now with the change in the team, if you're Skies, you're able to keep the AR in your hand, and maybe that's helped them even more in the domination. I don't know.
It could be. Maybe it was just the role, because I specifically remember it to this map, and that's what I was talking about, where that main AR really had to play like basically base defense at times.
Yeah. I mean, it was Mox.
But here's the thing for Atlanta, you've been in this position all weekend, haven't you? So can they do it again?
They're going to have to try and do it one more time if they're going to get us to a map 5. But that, for the most part, has been the driving force behind this weekend. It has been the single biggest standout is the sheer number of map 5s. What we're talking, I said, 8 out of 12?
Yeah.
So 66% of our maps have been.
And we've talked about just like how close the COD League has gotten. These last couple of home series have produced some of the best Call of Duty that we've watched, and it's like, okay, when is it going to stop? Because it continues to get better, right? Like in the past, we've had a few teams that were just dominant, and you've expected them to see in the final, and that's what we saw. And then it was just a battle between those two titans. But right now, with these 12 teams, anything is happening.
Well, that's why, like, I know there were some frustrations with maybe the change in the format versus years past, and obviously we're in a position where we need to be online, which I know is frustrating for all. Trust me, I want to get back to live events as soon as we can
please.
as well. But I do find myself still just with the level of competition and these kind of bi-weekly tournaments that we've had, I can't wait for champs. Like, it's getting me so hyped because you just don't know week in and week out. Like, someone tweeted me, they're like, if with how Gorillas played and if Florida win this event, how the hell are you gonna do your power rankings? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
you look at them at like a yearly basis, I guess. Yeah, which typically we don't do. Usually there's a lot of recency in it. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very tough to do. Power rankings are going to be a mess depending on how this final ends. I mean, even if FaZe win, I mean, maybe that makes it a little bit easier for the ranking side of things. But yeah, Mutineers take it. God knows how we're going to place people in their spots. But Mutineers just one map away now from being one of 4 teams that have won 2 home series events. It's just wild at the top, absolutely wild, and what a crazy year it has been for the Mutineers. And props to Ogre 2, their GM, and the players on this squad that with all the insane circumstances you've had, because the Pristini situation was obviously an odd one, and we still don't know exactly what went down, but I know he steps aside for personal issues right after you get to your first final. And then it seems like you're going to be in a world of trouble once you lose him, but then you pick up Pharaoh, and you're able to get to another final, and now Mox has been struggling. You make another change, but he's seemingly, with Awakening slots right in, like, it's been a roller coaster, and maybe that's part of the reason that the results have been inconsistent. But fact is, it's 3 final bursts, maybe a second win here. They are a top team for sure.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's straight up just impressive. A lot of love to their staff, Arturo, over to. It just, again, it comes down to the system that they've built. It works in Modern Warfare, and that's it.
And this stretch is crazy, right? Like, I think because of the delay with everything that was going on, like, it ends up being we have something like 4 events in 5 weeks or 4 events in 6 weeks. Like, it's crazy. Like, we're going to have our Paris Legion home series right around the corner. And Florida Mutineers will be playing right in that. So welcome Paris Legion to your home series event. You might be playing the champs from the last event. That'll be tough, but you can see it's pretty stacked across the board. Sublight has been playing well. Optic have improved. FaZe in a grand final right now.
London.
Yeah, this is like another really, really stacked event. I can't wait for that one. I mean, every weekend, man. But I think we're ready to go. It's time to get into the hard point. The question: can FaZe push this to a map 5? Can they do it again? Can they come from behind and somehow get a series victory? It has been their recipe for success all weekend long. They got one more shot at it.
Yeah, one more shot. And again, just looking at the records, 5-2 for Florida, 4-2 for Atlanta. One of those wins coming today against the Gorillas. So see if they can step up. And if you're watching some players, I'm looking at Abizi and Priesta. How do they perform when their backs are up against the wall?
Here we go. Yeah, you said it was Pristini's kind of best map maybe this weekend. Can he do it? But we're going to start off on Simp's POV. Now, the good thing, you've got the strong spawn if you are FaZe. He's looked to maintain that side. I think it was Sparrow that was going to be trying to lurk through, but he's not going to be able to do it. Into the hard point, go. Atlanta FaZe. Right into the forefront of things was Abizi. He's finally going to drop, but quickly with the answer will be Major Maniac with 2 now in his back pocket. It'll be him and Simp kind of holding the cross as Frosty soars on in.
Yeah, just some insane movement from Frosty, some insane movement from Celium. He's able to find a double. Some nice early time, and you said it. Typically what you want to see if you are starting on the left side of your mini-map is a lot of early time, and maybe Florida can do that now. Is Atlanta going to want to play a little bit more conservative as they get set up for Tire Shop, and well, what we basically deemed at times the unbreakable. Can they break through?
Yeah, that is the question. Mutineers have a frustrating 60 seconds ahead of them, or do they? Let's go straight to an Astro Gaming listen-in with the Mutineers.
One green. Go top. Window, guys. Nice steps now. 1 step. I'm nading Q1. I'm hard nading. I'm dead. I have a trophy outside window. Get top. You guys have to get top. Everybody calm down. I'm getting middle. I need your middle. They're gonna be coming. Yo, middle arc. You got that. There's like 4 prime tires, bro. One shot. Body go back. I'm getting out. Get that top. Back window. One more. They spawned there. 16. Yo, we flipped out. Play this. Someone get initial with trophy. Crossing green. Listen, hold the bottom green. Play like a pretty in green. Fork dead. No, if you door. No, one thing green already. One cross green already. Go. I'm really busy. How much is gas? I have green. Average gas from the window. Yeah. Read it up. Have scat.
Well, Mutineers, they do a good job of the opening transition to Tire Shop. It's not nearly the lead you might have expected FaZe to have. What worked for the Mutineers there, Joe?
It just was their push right off the start. I think we were on board with Awakening, and he found 2 or 3, and they put enough presence on the hill. They got so many kills in a row that they got those spawns near that parking lot, and they win another fight. I will say, though, Atlanta did a good job fighting back, not giving up all the time, but a big break, a small win for Florida.
And I think the last I saw the scoreboard up, it was Simp this time starting slow. Yeah, it just feels like somebody for FaZe just can't get going out the gate. And as much as they're struggling, it's prop to the Mutineers on starting hot. Skies wins another gunfight. As you can see, the fight's happening topside and bottom floor as well. Gotta love the picture-in-picture. Gonna show you both sides of this hard point. What can Pharaoh now do? A little slide cancel across. You kind of saw there, like, the change now with Merc Foregrip gone. Like, that hip fire there is such a faster kill, right, with Merc Foregrip. A little bit different now. You see the change all weekend.
Yeah, you're hardly seeing any hip fire kills. And there were some ones that were pretty bonkers in events in the past. But Florida are going to break through as we take a look at our scoreboard. Yeah, Sip 4-13, starting to turn things around now with Solid Life. A good thing for them. Major Maniac, Celium, Abizi all playing well. They're still in this one. They have the spawns for docks as we're going to rotate over towards that left side of the map. Celium fighting for the rest of the scrap time. And one thing I noticed early on was Florida was running a 2AR setup, and that can punish your subs. Guys like Priest and guys like Sim, because you're just running into M4s.
Well, that was the thing that Rocker did that really kind of hurt FaZe at the beginning of the year, right? When they were first struggling, when it first seemed like somebody kind of slowed the game down, they struggled with it. That's exactly what it was. The Mutineers can keep it rolling, but a chance for a lead change now if FaZe can continue to hold. But the problem is they've got Pharaoh in their second story. Sip comes in for the knife, and Pharaoh puts him in the dirt. Pharaoh keeps on rolling. 21-12, 4 in a row for Pharaoh. The break is in for the Mutineers, and Pharaoh from the top was doing them dirty.
Just reminds you of Gunrunner. They hit a release setup. Not executing your first set of kills. Awakening did it on the second hill. This time it was...
I gotta figure out which pieces I'm gonna take with me to do this interview tomorrow, and which easels I need to carry. Alright. Yeah, appreciate y'all chilling in the studio with me, watching out the progress on these portraits right here. And this one is coming along nicely. I'll work on it some more tomorrow. Catch you guys next time. Peace.